Hello and welcome to the stream where I am brought back with everybody for another episode of this show that has
Yes,
a name and I will share it. It is
baby.
Hunters of Ulvurn. I'm joined with Cotton, Atomic, and Smooth,
So
and there's going to be things that go on.
maybe.
There will indeed be goings on.
Okay, now let's spend an hour talking about horses.
I've talked about that now in two other shows.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Like if we had like a pie chart of like events, like literally horse content would be a significant portion on that pie chart at this point.
You know what? It happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I made a mistake of limiting access to animals, and I should have known better.
Yeah, right.
You think you would, but don't worry, you make this mistake in like 3 episodes.
I will, because next time it'll be about a fox, and another time it'll be about a monkey.
What does the fox say?
Nothing yet. There is no fox.
Why is
They
there no
scream. Fun fact.
fox? Why is there no fox?
So do bunnies, which is hilarious.
Bunnies scream when they're in pain.
Sister had a rabbit. It was a piece of shit. I
And
hated
it
it.
sounds horrible if you ever hear it.
My sister's rabbit sometimes would just scream for no reason. Be completely fine. Like nothing wrong with it. Just freak the fuck out and just start screaming. It's like, what the fuck?
It's a horrible noise to hear.
It is a horrible noise when I shared an apartment with her because I had a cat and the cat would like, the cat and the rabbit would fight each other. Like in a playful way, but sometimes the rabbit would just out of nowhere just start screaming. Like, I don't know if that thing had PTSD or Vietnam flashbacks or what, but god damn. It was pretty ridiculous.
I wonder what it would be like to be reincarnated as a bunny.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
All the children and the siblings you have.
I don't have that many, and they're nowhere near me at the moment.
Do you have like 3 sisters or something?
No, I have one sister and one little brother.
Oh, I didn't know you had a little brother.
I have one younger sister. That's
I have 8 siblings I know about and probably a bunch I don't know about.
god damn.
To be fair, I'm adopted, so
Yeah.
I have 2 families.
I mean, that'd do it.
I have a sister.
We don't talk about her. She knows what she did.
Maybe sure. I honestly,
You know
have
what? You know, at this point, she probably don't, but she's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, Cotton.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Does anybody ever truly know what's going on?
I hope someone does.
I don't know what's going on.
These are all questions that we don't have answers for.
Welcome to life.
True enough.
Yeah.
On the World of Warcraft front, Phase 4 has been announced. Now we can go kill trolls that keep messing with blood gods.
Yeah. Fuck you, Zandalari.
They need to stop messing with those blood gods because it's no good. Regular
That's right.
gods are bad.
I still have my, well, you probably, I don't know if you can see it or not. I still have my fancy horde jacket hanging in the back of my chair.
Yeah.
You can partially see it right there.
I'm just
I see
wondering
it.
at what point does World of Warcraft Classic out by the original game?
The thing with Classic is, and it's the problem that I foresaw with it to begin with, is that, I mean, Classic has a finite amount of material. It's going to run out.
Oh yeah, like in
Eventually.
3 years, they'll probably 2.5
Maybe less
years.
than that. I mean,
because they're gonna do the Burning Legions because they're already doing the PTR testing.
Well, if they start doing the beat, like if they make it so that it progresses, like if they do like so, EverQuest already has servers like that where it starts at the first expansion, like the base game, and then they like re-release the next expansion and the next one, and it's like it's they're progression servers is what they are. You start off at whatever the game was back in 99, 2000, and then it progresses. Yeah. So EverQuest already has that. So if they do that, I mean, like, because Burning Crusade is when I really started getting into hardcore rating.
Because it's so good. I looked at the talent tree compared to Classic. It's so like.
Well, it was just better, but like most stuff was viable. But like most of my hardcore rating was in Burning Crusade, and then especially Wrath of Lich King is when I was Wrath of Lich King. At one point, I was in a U.S. top 100 guild.
Fuck artists. I don't care if everybody thinks he's wrong. He did everything wrong.
No, he did everything wrong. He was stupid.
Yeah, and everybody's like, he did nothing wrong. I'm like, no.
No, he demonstratively did things wrong, very wrong.
And then kept doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And Illidan, he definitely did stuff wrong.
Illidan did some wrong shit, but he did some wrong shit for some good reasons.
Oh yeah, like the reasons were good, but still.
Well, like him doing like he essentially traded his soul for ultimate power to save people that he cared about, which was like, okay, he made a sacrifice, but he also made some fuck ups. So.
But I can't lie, those people were very unappreciative too.
Yeah, he did some necessary stuff. He was the heroic villain.
He was
I guess he was more of an anti-hero, I guess.
Like he's better than Artis ever will be.
I would say he's better than Artis.
Like, but Artis, I can't lie, was a pimp. He destroyed so many people or wrecked them. I'll give him that. He wrecked some people.
Well, that's what happens when you have, more or less
an extra soul giving you a backup.
I was going to say literally. I was going to say alien power, but like otherworldly power is literally what he had. I mean, so.
Well, there are the 6 pillars in Warcraft.
Yeah. I sent you a link, Pondo. It's just a link to some tokens I have if you ever want to use them for creatures and stuff.
But yeah, I'm repping the Horde. I'm having fun. I am going to have my 4th level 60 soon. Which isn't that hard. People are like, wow, you got so many tunes.
Just time consuming.
Yeah, basically I just run off the blues all the time. And a lot of time when I'm playing, I'm watching a lot of anime and TV series. I hate fishing. That's probably my least favorite thing.
Yeah.
Fishing?
Yeah, fishing.
I'm guessing in game, not in real life.
Yeah, in the game. But you kind of have to because you got to get the food to make food buff stuff.
Yeah, consumables for raid. You got to have them food buffs.
See, my only experience with this type of thing is I played RuneScape.
Oh, so you played a paladin in World of Warcraft.
Pretty much. I started off with EverQuest, and then I switched to Dark Age of Camelot, and then I started playing World of Warcraft when it came out. And then at one point, I was raiding on both U.S. World of Warcraft servers and EU World of Warcraft servers. Because at one point, in my medical history, I was staying up for 3-4 days at a time. So I would raid EU at like noon, and then at like 8 p.m. Central, I would raid with my US guild. EU I was raiding with a buddy of mine from Denmark and his group of guys, which I never understood barely anything they said because it's either in German or in Danish. So it's like, whatever.
Which is a funny side note. They allow my level 55 shaman to raid. There's a high chance I might have my healing set before I'm level 60 if things go the way it is, which is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it can happen.
Well, I'm not at the very bottom of the hills, but it's like kind of funny that I'm actually doing well as a healer.
No, you could also afford to take people along for stuff like that back in the day.
Well, shaman healing is just so good for crowd healing.
Yeah.
That chain lightning, just like spam level 1 chain lightning.
Plus the mana regen from the totem is pretty important.
Yeah, I got that trinket that gives me 2 mana regenerations, super boost, which is nice. But of course, all the melee is like, I want to be in the Ren Fairy group. Hunters bring wolf companions to make me hit harder. Everybody pays attention to me. Rogues are just the worst. basically rogues are kind of whiny and self-centered characters,
Oh, well, of course they are.
but they're also edgelords. Before
I-
Death Knights and Blood Elves, Demon Hunters came out, they're the first original edgelords.
That's rogues in almost any situation.
I know, right?
I can think of so many things that applies to.
I've had rogues be more edgelords than warlocks, which is always funny.
Yeah,
I thought Warlocks was my first 60, and that wasn't the first character I made because they're so easy to level.
Well, and I mean, in vanilla, hunters and warlocks are always the best. I mean, even in Burning Crusade and Wrath, warlocks are the fastest to level.
Yeah, like actually, my hunter was number 2 because I made those later, and they out leveled my characters that I was grinding with originally, which is like, damn. I think the fastest leveler still has to be wizards if they're skilled, because AOE.
What mages? I mean,
if you're skilled enough to AOE grind, you're pretty much just.
I mean, that was the first 60 when the thing came out. Was a guy who was doing that. So Frost Mage was first 60.
Yeah,
so
yeah, Joker.
All right, how about that D&D?
Yeah,
D&D
this game that's
stuff.
based on this thing.
Yeah,
Apparently, apparently they're coming out with a new, or they're working on a new tie-in with, or like crossover with Magic the Gathering again, where it's going to be
Yes.
Greek-ish themed.
I've never used any of the Magic the Gathering content in this game.
Some of it is interesting.
It's interesting enough. You know me, I love the Pathfinder world.
Yeah, Pathfinder's my shit.
I love the world. The system a little bit janky though.
Well, most of my Pathfinder's been in homebrew settings, not even the official Pathfinder thing.
Oh, I always use the Pathfinder world, but next time I run, it's going to be 5e system, probably Gestalts. Since this works out so well, I like this system. Probably Gestalts 5e, and then like a Pathfinder world. But at some point, I also want to do the Fangwood Keep from World of Warcraft as a D&D campaign. I think that would be fun. It's basically Castlevania's on steroids.
Yeah.
Honestly, nowadays I've kind of gravitated towards wanting to play Savage Worlds more. I don't know why. I like the more simplicity to it than.
I mean, there are ways to do, like, for example, if you're aware of like WebDM, if you've ever seen any of their stuff, they actually used for one of WebDM Jim, one of his games he ran on Twitch called Land Between Two Rivers. They actually used essentially a skirmish combat system for some stuff where like you have fast turns and slow turns. So like fast turns is like, I would just a move or like a single attack or whatever. And fast turns go before slow turns do. Slow turns would be like if you want to take 2 actions, you want to do like a move in and attack, whatever. Anyway, it's just a faster way of like if you're fighting, say, a horde of people, or you're trying to escape from a horde, or larger combat, instead of just having 30 people on the a tracker, you just are going essentially, I attack, okay, that's your turn, and then what I'd have to link the thing to you, but it makes combat go really, really quick. It's actually kind of nice. So there are ways to speed it up.
Mostly when I say I'm gravitate towards like Savage Worlds is when I want to do something not fantasy based as far as the setting or campaign.
There's a campaign setting for Pathfinder that's essentially it's steampunk. It's all airships and like ship to ship combat and stuff like that. I've wanted to do it. I don't remember which one to do. There's more than one, but there's a really big, like a really popular one that I've wanted to do something.
Yeah, because it was a Adventure Path. I remember it.
Yeah, I've always wanted to, and I mean, I don't have the energy to do it. I always wanted to make a world if you're familiar with Crimson Skies, it's a diesel punk world in which, imagine instead of trains being used for freight, it was all airships. Like the airship really caught on and actually worked out. And so like, it's all like World War II level technology, but it's all like, flying machines and giant airships like the size of cities. And the US isn't the US. It's in like 20 different like whatever nations, like,
micronations.
Well, like, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, Georgia, like the South is its own nation. The North is its own nation. Like the Midwest, it's all broken up into like, you imagine if you broke the US up into like 6 different countries is what it is.
Right.
But it's really good. It was really interesting setting. And they made a series of video games with it, especially they made a really popular arcade game where like the seat even like rotated. It was on hydraulic gimbals. It was really, really bitching. But it was essentially Diesel Punk Sky Pirates was what the games were. And it was just really, really interesting because a lot of the planes too were based on like World War II prototypes and never took off. Like stuff with like, oh, all the propellers are in the back, or the plane is designed asymmetrically. It's like, this should not work, but it does because fuck you, it's kick ass. You know,
magic.
Well, not even magic. It's
Semi-magic.
It's just like really crazy. It's essentially kind of like Fallout in the way that like the transistor really never was invented. It's, you know, everything's still like World War II level technology, but pre Manhattan Project. You know, we hadn't entered the nuclear age yet. So like the zenith of technology are diesel engines, you know, prop planes and all that, you know, all that crazy shit. You know, the jet engine doesn't exist, you know, stuff like that. So it's an interesting setting. I would love to do a game in sometime. About it, you'd have to definitely pull some. I mean, you can pull the ship to ship mechanics from Pathfinder, I think, like the ship combat, and then it'd have to figure out a way to do like aircraft combat because that's a big part of the game, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think it's a pretty interesting setting that I've never seen anybody really do anything. I'm a really big proponent of diesel punk because it's just all cool stuff. You know, if you've ever seen like Mortal Engines, it's like that kind of setting. So
I got you. So what's the plan for the?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, let's go ahead and go. We sit here and talk about this shit for hours.
Yeah, because I'm like, what's the plan for the night? We supposed to try to recruit allies against this dragon.
Thought we were trying to scout out where the dragon was.
Oh, you're scouting. You know, we're scouting first. Gotcha.
Try and find its lair and then come back and do something.
We're going to scout and then maybe try to find Yetis at the same time.
Ah, yes, that's right. Yeti pelts.
Yeah.
I almost forgot.
To get some money, essentially.
And also, we might domesticate some owlbears on the side.
We just played that. We just played that game Monday. Lords of Waterdeep.
It's silly. I love it.
Yeah.
I won. Right. I accidentally sabotaged Cotton while I was trying to sabotage AP. And
it's fine. You only won
he
because
sabotaged me so bad. I was like 60 points behind the third place, and there was only 4 people in the game.
It's fine. Yeah. Pondo only won because I wasn't there.
No, I don't think that was the reason why, but okay.
It's fine, Pondo.
Okay. I guess it's fine.
Sit down. Be humble.
So essentially where we left off, you guys heard about that there was a dragon causing problems up in Frostborn. Also, you heard that there's a dragon causing problems in Archland's Republic. But you decided to go up to Frostborn first.
Yeah.
Because Frozen is a thing, and we wanted to live in that world.
Yeah.
Just more deadly and older, and it will definitely bother you.
The cold never bothered me anyway. Until it did.
You learned that there is indeed a dragon up north near Gold Coast Port. Actually, I have the map uploaded to not 420, Roll20. 420 is a different thing.
And I see the picture of the dragons on there now.
Oh, I had to fix the camera here because I forgot. I was too lazy to tell someone to switch. That's going to bother me. Anyway. You also learned that there's something flying going on over the east. Is unknown. Yes. You just know it's a winged beast of some sort.
Mm.
Towards Her Maldir. Somehow in my head, I feel like I butchered that name, even though I was the one that made it.
That happens. There's definitely an interesting naming scheme they've got going on here.
It was based on the area.
Yeah, like I see, like I get, you know, it's named after valuable amethyst jade, you know, whatever, and you know, gold.
Cities are named that way. The
region.
The I had the naming scheme in my head and I completely forgot about it. The cities were definitely named after precious gems.
Yeah.
What the towns and then small farms towns are after villages are blanking to me entirely. What the name scheme
They definitely
was.
have like dwarven names. Like,
They were definitely dwarven names. But yeah. So you three decided to go searching for this dragon's lair, hoping to not get caught and eaten in the process, and maybe find some yetis along the way.
And domesticating owlbear on the side.
There's no owlbears in this region. I hate to tell you.
Not with that attitude.
I don't think it's how it
I-
works.
Okay. His
All right.
attitude's telling it there's no owlbears in the region.
Well, you gotta be tripping, dog.
You can spend your character's 100 years of life in order to try to find said owlbears. You'll never find a single one.
I only have 100 years. I'm a half elf, dude.
Half elves have about like 150. 180.
No, they got more than that in 5e.
Oh, 180 is typically the average. Yeah.
Well, you're all children to me.
Whatever, dog. I'm taking the rolling approach to life. I'm gonna live forever.
The roll what?
You don't know how old we are. We might not be children to you.
I mean, you guys are definitely greenhorns.
You can look at my youth's attitude of the world and know that
Youthful attitude in the world.
I've been doing this for 5 years.
Your naivety is definitely showing. It's okay. You'll learn or you will die.
Whatever you say, old man, you're never gonna bring me down.
Back in my day, when we were hunting dragons, uphill, in the snow, both ways.
You gotta use sticks, and they weren't effective at all.
They jumped into the dragon's mouth in order to kill them.
We had to fight a dragon with spoons, and we liked it.
It's terrible.
Wow.
I can imagine somebody trying to attack us. I'm saying amongst punch dragons to fight them, so a spoon is probably just as effective.
I would love to see a party of just like old men. They just don't give a fuck. And if you've ever seen that video of like the old man walking along the sidewalk, there's like a snake or something, and he just bats it away with his cane and then keeps walking. I love it.
If we all die, we play retired adventurers who had to come out of retiring to go do something, and we all are mad about it.
It's 3 days from retirement.
Okay, let me just play a TPK real quick.
It's like
Deadbone Dwarf. That's what my next character actually played.
we have to get the team back together for one more job.
Yep. Me.
Oh my god.
They
Old
pulled
Man
that in
Iceman.
they pulled that in Taken 3 and I loved it.
There was a movie where they had to get a bunch of like old guys to do a bank heist. It was like Michael Caine and
Oh goodness. I
And
know
also
what
it's
you're
like-
talking about.
It's like, I have a gun. So what? I love that trailer.
Right. So we were headed to go scout this, try and find this dragon where its lair was, and then hunt yetis if we come across them.
Yes. Direction you're heading is if everybody's looking at the map. Is towards that area. I am dragging the map around on accident.
Wrong layer.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
So we were headed this way. Yeah.
Are you going? Well, you're
What?
you're at
Oh.
Gold Coast.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we need to head.
Are you wanting to go to look at the mountains, or are you wanting to go investigate the winged beast over here?
I think we were going to go to the one that was closer, right? The one that we had a report of.
We know that is a dragon, and there was a winged
Yeah.
beast that is mystery creature with wings.
Don't pay attention to the dragon on the map. That was
It's
because
a
I liked it.
It's more like you need a representation,
Yeah.
and then
So
it may or
we
may
were
not
headed-
be a dragon.
We were headed this way, I
Yes.
believe. All right. So let's get our shit together and go do that.
Can I get a survival roll?
You can.
Who wants to make it? Who wants to do it? wants to seal the fate
is-
for the party.
I think
I-
mine
I-
is the highest, right?
But
No,
I-
you're a ranger. That's right.
Mine is decent. I don't have a wisdom. That's the problem.
Yeah,
What's
he's a
what's your-
ranger with no wisdom.
Yeah, what's your bonus?
I think a +2,
All right, I'm at +4.
so I can aid you.
Yeah.
Unless
What's
it's
your-
humanoid, I can't hunt it down well.
All right.
That's-
I guess I
It's
will
definitely
make
not
the roll.
humanoid. It's far from it.
I will make the roll, but if it's bad, I will say this is not where I have spent most of my life. So
You got advantage, so
if I get advantage, I got a net 20.
Okay, good news. You don't suffer from death from avalanche.
so that retirement team are like they like look up about to get they think a litter is about to come out of retirement. They're like, and it's like keeps walking.
What would have been funny is if you rolled a 1 and a 20.
I have done that before.
Yeah, I've seen it happen many times. Always that case.
But yeah, if I have advantage, it's a 24 with a net 20.
Yep. The three of you make your way through the mountains relatively slowly because mountains with the blowing wind, snowing, pouring down almost close
Is
to
this-
close
Is
to
this
blizzard.
hindering?
Huh?
Is this hindering terrain?
It's a difficult terrain.
Somewhat,
Interesting.
But as long as we're traveling at me, we're not burdened by hindering.
but you're
terrain,
also not
was it?
leading.
Well, he's assisting.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm leading, my style of leadership is definitely
You're slowed
know-
down by the harsh winds that are coming from the situation, along with the rapid snowfall.
the way we're doing is assuming. I mean, I think I have more experience just in general, but because they're more familiar with this area because this is where you guys are from, right?
Oh yeah, we are from here. Here-ish.
Well, here-ish. I mean, I'll definitely take input. He's not like, oh, I'm in charge. He's like, okay, well, I have some experience, but if somebody else also has experience, I'll definitely take their input under consideration. That's more his style of leadership because he's very much used to being alone anyway. So it's kind of odd.
After about
To
a
have
couple
other
hours of going through the mountains, the storm actually starts to clear up, and you can actually see large winged beast flying above you, flying up, and then seem heading towards almost a little bit west of your position as you're kind of getting around. Say about that mountains area. Not a perfect map. Gives a good representation.
Can I try and identify this, or do we clearly see what it is? winged beast.
It's the large lizard-like creature with bat wings.
So we could probably infer what it is, unless there's like gargoyles flying around or something. That'd be a wrench in the engine right there.
You see Goliath come down.
Just like, oh god, they're like a Goliath's riding gargoyles or some shit. Note to
That'd be
self:
hilarious.
Goliath's riding gargoyles. Write that down.
That'd
Wow,
be
that
hilarious.
sounds badass. Remember, in this edition, they're elementals. So
Yeah.
it's a weird choice, but I guess it's different.
Trying to grab something with my feet. My cat knocked something off earlier.
At the same time, you actually do manage to find what are large footprints in the ground that almost humanoid in nature, but have clawed toes.
Guess what I'm going to infer. Alexander, do you have any idea what these might be?
I look over said tracks. Do they look like anything on my spectrum of knowledge of humanoids?
Make a nature or arcana roll.
Is this one of my favorite enemies?
It is not.
Okay, so they're probably not dragonborn.
Could I
no.
also make an arcana check to try and identify this?
Yes.
Okay, let me see.
16.
I'm making sure it just rolls one dice. If I won't be sad when the higher dice is higher.
Well, I mean, you can set it up so that it does both.
And there we go.
That's what I just always set mine to roll 2d20. It's just easier.
You two can tell is definitely a what you believe is a Yeti footprint.
Okay.
Knowing descriptions in your head.
You kind of just, I just tilt my head, like, huh. So that's what they look like.
It definitely seems to be. Can I tell how big, like,
How big?
how big the, say, compared to my foot, let's say, as an adult size, tieflings are human size, right? So adult size foot, about roughly how big is this, like, track?
I mean, it's about as big as your head, so.
Okay, so it's still pretty big.
I make
I
a
was
sketch.
trying to gauge how big this thing might be.
I put like a sketch of it in my hunter's notebook and like put the measurements in next to it. Like you see, like the writing, like the actual footprint looks like a work of art, while like the regular writing is just plain ordinary. Always add that detail. Also, I make a quick jot in my map area thing, map book of like where we came, how long it took us here, measurements of the area so far.
So, which one do you follow first?
We're going to follow the Yeti footprints first.
Yes.
Yeti?
Yeah. Well, we came to confirm that the dragons are here, and they are here.
Well, I mean, they're going to be a thing. They're going to be easier to find. If we leave this area, we're not guaranteed to find Yeti tracks versus the dragon stuff. I mean, that's going to be a lot easier to lock on to where they're coming and going from, just because you can see them. They're giant, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
First of all, give me another survival check, and then everybody can give me a group stealth check.
Group stealth.
Do
you have pass without trace?
Not till level 5.
Not till level 5. Okay.
Oh, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I see. My stealth is not great, but I'll give you a 14.
Ooh, 11.
Technically, it's a 5 actually, because I'm at disadvantage. I'm not gonna bullshit you on that one. I'm pretty sure I'm at disadvantage. Yeah, I am, because I'm in chainmail. See, make sure I don't have something that can do that. No, I don't have anything to assist me with that, so we're just stuck with it.
Are you wearing your heavy armor?
Yeah.
Okay. You definitely have disadvantage then.
Yeah. We're also on horseback too, for what that counts for. Plus, we've got a wagon, so the group itself might be a disadvantage.
The wagon is invisible because I got a white one anyway.
You know what?
So is my horse, and I rolled a 19, so we're fine.
To be fair, it might visually be invisible, but smell is a big thing when it comes to animals.
I rolled a 19. I'm fine. Y'all the one getting caught.
This is true. Also fine.
I am not stealthy by nature. I like to attack things head on. That is my way. Violence of action. You hit them fast, you hit them hard. They never see it coming.
So for those folks at home who aren't quite able to see what they got, Serafina got a 19. Alexander got a 11. And then Wakar got a 5, which is heavy armor nature.
Yep.
This is the fate. Defense comes with a price, and your price is they'll know you're there.
I mean, there are ways to get around it, but I just don't happen to have any of them.
Until level 5.
Until level 5. Pass without trace, and then stealth. This doesn't matter anymore.
Those are the 2 spells I choose: pass without trace and the healing spell. Yeah. They're so good.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like 1 minute outside of realm, you get 10d6 for healing.
No.
How can you beat those numbers?
About a couple hours of following the trail as it kind of slowly gets covered by the constant blowing of the wind, just essentially almost filling the hole that the Yetis have left, which isn't much, seeing that they know how to walk in this environment and keep their footing light despite their probable big size. You get to a point where uh, you start seeing a cave in the distance as you get closer. And give me a perception check. Make it a group perception check. I'm feeling generous.
12 and a 12.
Volcar and Seraphina, you're not quite able to see much as it's still wind's blowing some wind is blowing some snow through, making it kind of hazy in the direction. Alexander can somewhat tell that the cave is empty at the moment.
Seems like the cave's empty to my recognition.
Very well. We could possibly sit the trip and wait. Well, wait in ambush. We are the trip, is what I meant.
This could work. Do we actually have equipment to make a trap, or?
Well, I mean, we are the trap. We wait in ambush, not like we make a physical trap.
So, okay, I got you. Okay. We wait in ambush.
Yeah, I think that's the best course of action. I do want to. I will summon my bird and have him flying up and around.
Okay.
Oh, apparently while tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact numbers, their size, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, interesting. Did I know how many Yetis there were?
Need to make it.
I need to get a token one.
Oh, okay, just one. I think he was a lone wolf. Strong's type. Really good jawline.
We'll definitely see.
All right, now you're assuming.
Yeah. Likes to play poker on weekends.
You're not following the Yeti Crimson Chin, okay?
Here comes the Crimson Chin. What? It's called improv. I'm trying to give him like a fleshed out background. He was the rent litter.
See, you give him a fleshed out background, that just makes someone die horribly.
I know. We have
Everybody
to have
knows
people
this.
feel.
Next thing you give him a name and then just.
You ever have anybody watched the Harley Quinn show yet?
No.
Clayface is the best because he keeps making backgrounds for his characters and everybody just stick to the role. He keeps making like these long rabbit backgrounds to the person he's impersonating.
He was originally a
actor,
yeah,
but he's super method actor in this one, which is like it gives you giggles.
Mm-hmm.
And also Bane voices the Bane from the.
So where's everybody going to hide? There's currently some slight pine trees in the area. There's the cave itself.
I think we should get over in the trees, and we can use the bird to kind of try and see when this thing's coming back.
You want to hide in the trees?
Yeah, hide behind the trees. Get over in that area. We don't have to be right up on the cave.
This is true.
I will bring you all over. Do you all have control of your tokens?
Are we? I do not.
That is odd. 'Cause I
I do.
I do.
Actually, it's roll 20's being stupid.
oh, okay. Let's say I essentially just copy and paste your tokens over. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you could always just drag them too.
Yeah.
Which probably actually might be faster. All right.
And as you're hiding, give me stealth.
Yeah, I guess we'll be over in the trees.
I like this background. It's nice.
Yeah. I'm on roll 20. Oh, I rolled twice. All right, so I got a 16. Fucking disadvantage would have been a net 20. Damn you. Damn you.
18.
Yeah, 16's better than nothing.
You roll twice for you?
No, his roll 20 was lagging, so I
okay.
clicked it twice. Everybody knows how roll 20 it'd be like it is.
I hear my sister singing. Sounds like soul music.
Okay. How long are you all waiting?
Until it returns, I assume. I mean, I don't.
Yeah. I guess before, like when it start hitting dark, that's where we're gonna hit out. But right now, we found the dragons. We know where they're flying around at, so it's one of those things. So we're just checking out the Yeti lead right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be out here in the dark with dragons and Yetis about.
It does get close to dark when you finally see something come towards the cave, and to your surprise, you actually see two figures coming in from the distance, walking a single file line.
Walk single file to hit your numbers.
It is what the sand people do.
You knew somebody was gonna say it. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, it's a requirement.
Yeah, somebody has to do it. It's a union thing. All right.
Luckily, it does not seem that they have noticed the tracks that you left, as they have mostly just went away.
All right. Let's see. I think we should let it pass and then go after it.
What do you all do?
Do that thing he just mentioned.
Let it get in the cave and then go after it. Limits its avenue of escape.
Are you going to try attacking when both are here?
What was that?
Are you going to try to attack when both are there?
Well, I'm gonna let them get in there first.
Okay.
I'm not gonna attack them right now because they could get away.
Do they look like they're having a conversation or anything? Or are they kind of just, just walking?
They're kind of just walking at the moment, not really having any sort of conversation.
I kind of try to look one over. It's like, does he look like a male and female or just two bros or two sisters? Is there a distinction in the Yeti?
Make an Arcana?
Oh boy.
No, make a Nature.
Nature. Guess what? They're the same roll. Giggy. I don't know.
You have no idea.
Okay.
They're currently rated PG-13, so there's nothing revealing that can discern you. In sort of
He's not
way.
hanging dog.
Gotcha. So these are Star Wars. Yeah, you gotcha.
Well, no. Those are something else. That are space yetis.
Oh, yeah, okay. I get you.
I'm blanking on the name of them at the moment.
I don't know the name of
Wampus.
Yeah.
Wampus.
I think it's Wampa. I don't remember.
So the two of them go through the cave. Go into the cave.
Any noises as we're in the cave, or just quiet?
Make a perception.
Okay.
Is that a group perception or just him?
It can be a group.
I'm trying to see if they're actually communicating with each other.
How about a 20?
Oh, nope, I can't hear anything.
I can't hear shit.
There's too much blizzard going around.
Mhm.
It's like I wasn't born a very perceptive person or something.
It's fine, pretty sure everybody's mother says they can't hear and they're hard of hearing anyway, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
Volcar and Serafina, you can start hearing almost like somewhat guttural growls.
Hmm.
With a mixture of howls with them to each other.
I got you.
And you can hear faintly within sounds of clinking.
Clinking?
Not metallic in any nature, but more.
Interesting.
How to explain it? More almost like wooden like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like if you click two drumsticks together or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me send you something real quick. Pondo. I don't know how you'd have to do it. You can get that. It's a token I made for that bird.
Oh, that's right. Well, I can.
I don't know how you'd have to do it. So I mean, you drop it and then give me control of it, I guess. But
Yep. I'll just have to.
Yeah. But since I figured if I'm gonna use it, I should have a thing for it. And I guess once they go in, I mean, I think we should give it a second and then give it a minute or two and then go in after them. I don't know if we want to try and sneak in there or if we're like, what's our plan of action?
I'm trying to see if they're intelligent enough to talk to, but I don't know.
That might be a bad idea because then you might feel like shit for killing them.
Yeah, like, hey, I heard that y'all might be interested in getting rid of those damn lizards in the air.
I mean, maybe. I mean, you could try it.
I don't think so because I don't hear any intelligence.
Use them to fight the dragons, then kill them. Gotcha. I mean, you could try and see what happens.
Nah, I'll just leave it be.
It's up to you. It's how convincing do you think you are?
I don't think so. It's time to take the World of Warcraft way. Race war.
Race war.
That's what basically World of Warcraft is.
I am pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can start making our way in there. I mean, what do we see? People want to prepare stuff?
Cotton, what would you like to do?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just following these guys.
Okay.
Why is that not transparent? That's odd. Because the actual thing should be.
It will do for now.
Well, I got my longbow out.
Okay.
I hear a kitty.
Let's see. Hold on. Nope, it's still. See, it's got a transparency, but when I put it into
it might have been the way I saved it, but it's.
Well, when I put it into Discord, it gets the black edge. I don't know why it's not.
I don't know. See if you have control of it.
I do.
Okay.
So that's useful. Let's see. That's the important part. All right. I would have had him setting up in a tree because it's got better perception than all of us. I'm
Do
pretty sure.
you want to try to talk to them? Do you want to try to sneak in? Do you want to wait a little longer?
Hmm.
If they can understand us talking to them might be fun, but I don't know if they can.
I mean, like I said, but it's always, I mean, it's worth a shot. And then if it doesn't work out, I mean, we can just, go for it.
Then let's try talking to them.
Sure. I'm assuming they don't speak Common, Elvish, or Infernal, but we can find out. Sure. We'll waltz in there. Casual like. Why not? Right.
Okay. Is there any spells you want? Does anybody want to cast before they go?
That's what I'm trying to think. I don't.
Yeah, all my spells are pretty much bonus action, do the thing. So
Yeah. Let's see. That is. No, I don't really think at the moment.
I wasn't sure if anybody had like comprehend languages or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have comprehend languages. I'm an idiot. I thought I did anyway. I should. It's on my. Did I not add it? It's on my D&D Beyond spell list. Why is it not here? Yeah, I'll cast comprehend languages on myself.
Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, that's just I understand it, but I can't speak it.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, we can still understand what they're saying, I guess. So yeah, I'll cast comprehend languages on myself, and then we'll walk in here.
Okay. As the three of you get to essentially the entrance of the cave, they actually begin to notice. You can actually see, they're currently holding bones and some meat that's still attached to bones. At the moment, it's hard to say what the meat is of.
Yeah.
mystery meat.
Kind of.
Does it smell like a humanoid meat?
I have
We would have
no
spent
idea what you
we would have spent the 10 minutes. I would have cast comprehend language as a ritual, by the way.
Okay.
While we waited for them to kind of get in there.
I think it still uses a spell slot, doesn't it?
Not when it's a ritual.
Not when it's a ritual. It doesn't. It just takes time.
Yeah.
Okay. At first I thought you still use a spell slot, but you're able to use it when you don't have it prepared.
Like it still has to be a spell.
It still has to be prepared. Yeah. It's just you spend instead of doing it as an action, you do that. It just takes time. It just takes 10 minutes.
Unless you're a wizard, which you are.
Yeah.
If it's in your spell book, you could do it as long as it's in your spell book kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I have two spells in my spell book that are rituals, which are alarm and comprehend languages.
Yeah, so you don't have to prepare. You could just do it whenever.
No, you still have to prepare them.
So I gotta prepare them.
Mm-hmm. It
Sure?
just doesn't take a
I'll
spell
have
slot.
to look that. I'm pretty sure you still use a spell slot, but if it's a ritual, you can do it and not have it prepared. It just takes the time.
Either way. Yeah.
We'll say that you have it, and
whichever way it ends up doing it, but I'm not casting it anyway.
Don't spin the spell. I'll look it up later.
Yeah.
You can see them conversing with each other as everybody else hears the kind of the guttural growls and howls. Them both. Volkar can actually understand them as they're saying, "We have intruders. What should we do?" Well, we should try to make them leave. Hopefully and hope that they are not stupid enough to try to start something.
Hello, can you understand me?
I
Make
guess
a performance check.
we've moved into the cave at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we'll be, I don't know, up here. I'll say the birds on my shoulder for the point of whatever, but
Okay, I have looked it up. Ritual casting, a wizard can use any ritual spell he has on their tag list, and the spell does not have to be prepared. I know wizard has something special that was made him cool.
So it didn't do any bonuses or any of that on that roll, by the way.
What is your typical bonus?
Well, I have expertise in it, and this one isn't even loading my stat sheet.
which oh yeah, that is weird.
It should be a +5.
You got an 11?
Yeah.
Okay. They kind of.
I mean +7.
Oh.
That's the expertise one.
So, spell list contains spells which can be cast as a ritual. If you have one of these spells prepared, you can cast it as a ritual, and it does not cost you any spell slots. So if it's prepared, it doesn't cost you anything. But you can always cast a ritual spell, whether you have it prepared or not. It's just being prepared; it doesn't cost you the slot.
You can do it faster.
So it's actually 13, which still isn't that
just
great, but it's 13.
So that's what it is.
They kind of just somewhat tilt their head at you, as they're not quite sure what you're doing. They seem to not know or understand.
I am going to attempt a
Interpreted dance.
no.
I
mean,
want to attempt interpretive dance.
what I was going to do is I was going to point to us, and then I was going to do kind of like a throat slash motion, and then like a, I don't know, like a flying thing, like a big one, just trying to like, in a way, try to inform them that we're trying to hunt the dragon.
Okay.
I don't know how that would come across.
Okay, and Fee, what do you want to do?
She wanted to basically do the same thing, but with, dance.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
doing
just sitting
charades
there.
here.
I'm like super awkward about the situation that awkward guy in the corner.
I'm trying to figure out how I can
Communicate?
inform them that I can understand what they're saying. I don't know, maybe point to me, do like a mouth thing, and then nod my head like I can understand them. Just trying to think how I would do that.
Fee, give me another performance check. Did it add it this time? It did. Okay. They're not quite sure what Volkar's movements are. Volkar, you can't hear them that they're conversing. It's like, I don't know what this one over here is doing. The gray one is doing weird hand motions. But it seems like the softer, smaller one is representing some flying creature.
Let's see. Haha. So when I do my, I'm going to try it again, and when I'm going to flap my arms like this, and when I do that, I'm going to use prestidigitation to make a thing of sparks, shower sparks come out of my mouth, trying to imitate a dragon.
Can I attempt to draw a dragon in the snow?
Hell, I could probably mold earth into the shape of a fucking dragon if we had to. I don't know if that's a thing you can do, but I'm gonna try with the prestidigitation thing first, because it says I can do a harmless effect like shower of sparks, puff of wind, whatever. So I'm gonna do the shower of sparks because it seems like, it looks like I'm breathing a shower of sparks. If I can do that,
you do that, and then they kind of jump back a little bit. As like, wait, do they mean harm?
I'm gonna shake my head no.
shaking his head as if he was replying. Fee, are
Like,
you drawing the dragon in the snow?
Yes.
And if like I'm trying to, if they say if they ask if I'm saying no, I'm gonna shake my head yes. Like I'm trying to get them to understand. Anyway, I'm sorry, I hit my mic. That I can understand what they're saying. Now I would definitely feel like shit for hunting these guys because they're not assholes so far.
So no race war today. Yeah.
No race war today. They say, I mean, they're sentient. Obviously, they're not. They haven't tried to attack us yet. They're nicer than the fucking dwarves were. So, I would feel like kind of like a piece of shit for attacking them. If they're not attacking other people, then I don't know if I could justify taking them out at this point, but we'll see.
It takes a little bit, but it kind of think that you can understand them. They're not really sure how, but B, they noticed your dragon that you drew in the snow, and they
I
actually
make the dragon in the snow breathe sparks.
Yeah. They do notice that, and they do mention that. Do they speak about the winged lizard?
I'll give them an affirmative, like a yes.
We have had issue with them. Food is more scarce.
I said food is more scarce. I'm gonna offer them some rations. I'm just gonna walk close with like my hand up, no weapons out, and I'm just gonna like underhand toss them some. I mean, I don't know. It's like probably dried meats and whatever. I mean, they're big, but I'm just trying to a peace offering more or less. As soon as they mention food being more scarce,
like a couple days worth of ration.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of days. I'll give them like, I don't know, let's say 5 days worth of rations because they're pretty big. But I'll toss them to them like underhand. I mean, they can probably smell it.
By chance, do I have any leftover from my survival checks? Maybe like, I don't know.
Were you hunting for food?
Normally I do, like if given the chance.
Well, you with Outlander, you can essentially feed 6 people, so I guess you would have a couple extra for people, though.
Yeah, I'll probably throw them like a few extra drumsticks or something of something. For them, it's a light snack for them.
Yeah, it's more of the intent behind it, I believe, is what I would.
It's like they seem to be very wasteful of their food, tossing it onto the ground.
Well, I underhand toss mine towards them, like for them to catch it, unless they chose not to catch it, and that's okay. That's one thing.
They didn't try to catch it because they didn't know what you were wanting to do.
Well, I mean,
I lay mine like as a course meal. Like there's like a rabbit pelt skin right there. I put down like the pieces of meat in like an orderly way. Sprinkle a little bit of like spice on it, make it look nice.
Or I'm trying to.
While they're doing this, can I draw like a Yeti and then me and us holding hands like we're friends?
God.
Yeah, I mean you can do that.
Why can't we
be friends? Why can't we?
I don't think she even notices the food stuff. She's trying to make the Yeti look like a Yeti.
I mean, I specifically when they said food is scarce is why I did that as soon as they said that. Yeah, I don't know if they
understand them.
Yeah, well, and that's what I'm trying to get it across to them. I mean, I hope they would understand at this point that I can understand what they're saying. Oh, that's right. I can create a non-magical trinket or illusionary image that can fit in my hand. I can make a fucking like holographic dragon, and when they talk about the winged lizard. God, I wish comprehend languages let you speak languages too.
Not till level 3.
So they see the picture of the Yeti in the be holding hands, and they're kind of react is like, is the woman wanting us to eat her?
I'm gonna give him a firm no.
Oh, we are confused by the picture.
They are confused by the picture. All right. Let's see.
Do they eat any of the food I put down?
Yes.
Okay, cool. If not, I'm about to eat one of the drumsticks. Hey, I'm not gonna waste food.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we can.
Okay, how about this? You like do an image of them, and then an image of us, and then like an image of us fighting the dragon.
I mean, technically, that is a thing. I can have up to 3 of those effects going at any one time, according to the spell.
That seemed legit.
You can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time. I mean, I don't know if creating a holographic generator here counts as instantaneous, but
I mean, you can make a decent show of it.
yeah,
you can give like a rough idea of it. That
yeah, show like the Yeti and like a person attacking a flying, a rough image of a flying lizard. I'm just trying to get our intent across that we are also against the giant flying lizard. So as I sit here and drink whiskey.
Are you wanting to fight the beast?
I'll give him a yes, like a firm.
It's a dangerous task.
I know I can't speak it. Is there a way I can attempt to kind of discern a language that is close to what they speak? Is it like, I mean, I'm a fairly smart dude.
Make a I want to say make a
flat intelligence history.
Just make a flat intelligence check.
Okay, flat intelligence.
I can't think of anything that would fall along those lines.
Well, because like Orcish and Dwarvish, right? They both use some of the same. They have a little bit of overlap. Same like script. Yeah, there's a little bit of overlap. I'm just trying to discern if it's a derivative of any other known language that I could maybe. Fuck me. Of course. When I need it, it doesn't come through.
Yeah. You can't really tell. Sounds familiar in some ways, but others it's not. Yeah, what are the languages everybody else knows?
I know Common, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay. Alexander?
I'm bringing up the sheet right now.
Fee, do you know what languages you know?
Elvish, Sylvan, and Celestial.
I know Common, Elvish, Sylvan, Draconic, and Abyssal.
So the what they're speaking is not familiar to either of you, any of you. You kind of look at the both two of you, and they one of them asks like, "And why are you here in our den?"
Let's see. How do we communicate this? I don't think we obviously do not try and reveal that we were originally hunting them. They're obviously sentient creatures that don't seem to be fucking with. I mean, because the one guy just wanted the pellets. Like we asked if they were actually hurting people, and I'm pretty sure he said no, right? They just wanted the pelts.
He didn't know. He didn't care.
He didn't know. He didn't care.
The pelts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're like less than the static to really do this mission. We're more like
it was more of a while we're here kind of thing, but Let's see. I don't know if anybody has any input here on what we should do.
Did you even tell us what they said yet?
I probably would have during the me creating a dragons and whatever else. Probably cast fill in. You know, as I'm giving them a no or whatever, saying yes, us. You know, we fight the dragon, whatever. I think it's kind of a weird thing.
Kind of just do like.
Probably not giving like a word for word play, but definitely like giving a like they're asking us if we're after the dragon, like as I say yes or whatever, nod my head, that kind of thing. Every game I'm in, I always end up being the guy that's the translator.
Can I point to them, point to us, and then if he still has the dragon up or the picture of the dragon in the snow, I'll point to it.
Yeah.
Kill still 6 on dragons.
You want us to go with you to the dragon?
I'll give him a yes.
The beast? The beast. So you nod yes?
Yeah.
We will consider.
I give him a nod, and then I'll kind of like just kind of go back out. Like, I don't know, like, I mean, they're going to consider it. I assume it's not going to be a 5-second decision. I don't know. God, I don't know how we convey like we would come back. We will come back later. I don't know how
do a thing of the sun setting, and when the sun show the sun coming back up again, setting again with like your illusionary. That's when we'll come back, kind of thing.
I could try.
Because it's coming on night, and I'm like, they're pretty sure they don't want us to hang around while they're trying to sleep.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna like hang out, but I'm not gonna hunt these things. I don't feel comfortable hunting these things.
Well, they're not fucking with people, so
yeah, well, not that we know of.
Yeah, not yet.
And if they're also against the dragon, they could the chance to have potential allies in a fight like that. I mean, these things are massive. I say massive. Yeah. They're very large.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try and like show it like a sun setting or something, and I don't know, give them like I'll show them like 5 or something, like give them like 5 days. That would give us time to go and try and scout and everything else. And that would give them time to think and see what they want to do. I mean, regardless, I think we can leave after, regardless of what they say.
True.
I think they'll understand that you'll be back relatively. They don't understand the 5 part.
That's fine. I mean, if we show up in 5 days time or whatever, I mean, they have some understanding of, whatever. But as long as I get the we'll be back kind of thing, whatever, then that's fine. And we can fuck off. I mean, it's almost night anyway, or it is night, getting close to, right?
Yeah.
So I think we could probably go a bit like away from the cave and make camp or something.
Okay. Are you just going to camp in the area for the night?
Yeah, we'll find some trees or maybe a depression or something. I'll probably use mold earth to make like a wall of some sort to like whichever way the wind is blowing to like act as a windbreak, and then we can make camp.
And I'm not going to bother saying you make a fire or not, because I'm pretty sure everybody has a spell.
Yeah, and I would cast like alarm like near the horses or something. So if something tries to mess with the horses, it'll wake me up and we'll know about it.
The night does pass relatively peaceful, with the exception of you can hear on occasion the dragon flying ahead.
Yeah,
as it's screeching roar essentially.
Yeah, I'm also kind of counting on the fact that any wildlife nearby. I mean, one, they said it was kind of scarce, and 2, probably the scent of the Yetis and everything else is their territory. We're probably still near, so a lot of animals might just fuck off.
Yeah. All right. What is the next course of action?
I think we try and head in the direction that we know this thing is coming and going from, or coming from and going to.
Do we want to go to where the dragon was heading to, whatnot?
Yeah, where whatever direction we can see it. Like, I mean, because we saw it go over, like, past us, like away from us, away from the town that day, and then if we've seen it, we could hear it going back and forth at night. Try and figure out what direction it's coming and going from.
Okay. Essentially, you can get back to the point relatively easily because Outlander.
Yeah. Because bullshit.
Yeah. And as far as trailing the dragon, it flies around enough that you can kind of get to where you can see it kind of getting to or landing inside. It seems that it flies inside a little hole or divot within the mountain.
Okay.
You can't really see much else unless you get relatively close. You can kind of just from a good distance you can see it going towards inside a mountain.
All right. Do we know roughly how far we are from Gold Coast, distance-wise?
You're probably about 3 to 5 hours journey.
Okay, that's
depending on
relatively
weather.
close.
Yeah, depending on weather, you're about 3 to 4 hours, or 3 to 5 hours. You don't know how fast of a journey that is for a dragon.
Yeah. Plus, it could have multiple layers.
Anything?
Well, if we get the relative position of its layer, I mean, unless we want to try and get closer to it, I mean, we know where its layer is, right? That's our primary objective. I mean, how often do we see this thing flying overhead, like on a fairly regular basis, or is it just kind of just whenever?
It kind of seemed like whenever, but you do notice that it's about maybe. It depends how long you stay. If you stay for a while, you do notice that every 3 to 4 hours, it kind of comes back and stays for a little bit, then leaves.
Okay. So it's definitely there for a significant portion of time.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I'd say that's its objective complete. We know where its layer is or whatever, so we could probably start heading back, try and get some people together to go take this thing out.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
Unless anybody else has any other ideas.
I like this plan. I like it a lot.
So where do you guys want to go next?
I'm not sure where we would go to try and get some people. I'm not familiar with this area at all.
Is the capital to the east from Gold Coast. Where you can go and probably get a hold of somebody from Ventures Guild. Check on the mail.
So we go back to Gold Coast, or we'd head off to Nilgari?
Yeah.
Yes to
you
which?
You can go back to Gold Coast, or you can kind of just get back onto the road from where you're at.
Okay.
Then go to Nilgari.
Yeah, we definitely need to find some. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the Adventurers Guild would probably find more gung-ho people that might be willing to try taking this thing out for the glory.
And the money.
And the money.
And honor.
the glory, the fame. I don't know if I'd be able to see if I could find maybe some Ruiners Watch people that might be willing to go. I don't know if that's a thing I could maybe do.
They're not really in this area is the issue.
Yeah.
You can probably send notice to them.
I could do that. See what happens. Yeah, I think we should probably head to the capital of this area. It's going to be our best bet to find people. Because the Gold Coast port was more of a merchant place, correct?
It's essentially it gets a lot of fish. It's a port town that has a lot of fishing to it.
Yeah, it's not a hey mercenaries and whatever kind of place.
No.
So Nelgari is going to be our best bet, I think. Unless there's any other dissenting opinions. I don't want to like take over what the party's doing. I just don't shut the fuck up.
There are several options that you could do. You can either go all the way back to Emerald Hills and see if you can catch some people that are of the Adventurers Guild. Because again, this Emerald Hills is the first stop in the Frostborn, in between Wolfrock Empire and there. Okay. Or you can go back to Nelgari, where there in fact is a major branch of the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
I think we hit up Emerald Hill to see if we can grab anybody. If not, because we still have to make our way to over here where the second wing creature is.
I think we should take on one at a time. I mean, we know where this one is. I think we should focus on it and then deal with the other one.
Yeah, the other one might be an ally.
Oh, we don't know. I mean, they could very well be opposed to each other. I don't know. I'm not well versed in dragon politics.
You don't know if it's a dragon.
That's true. We just have tail.
You just have the map that I had a dragon because.
No.
We just have a winged.
Well, we had heard the rumors, right, of the two winged beasts or whatever, but that's all we have. It's the rumor. We don't.
Yeah,
have...
Well, you heard a rumor that the one to the east is a winged beast.
I mean, it could also be a worm, or
yeah,
people could be crying wolf. Essentially, it could be something that's not very threatening. They're just, you know,
we never know. But
it's like in World War II. Anytime people saw a tank, they're like, "Oh, it's a tiger." It's like, no, not really. It's very, very rare to actually come across. Same thing, I assume. It's like, oh, it's a winged lizard beast thing. Must be a dragon. I think that might be what's happening.
Hey, who knows?
Well, the average person is fairly dumb.
So, which do you want to go to first, Emerald Hills, or you want to go to Nelgari?
Well, we're like here, roughly somewhere in this area, right?
You're kind of in between both.
Okay, in between. I think Nelgari is our best bet, honestly.
Okay, let's do Nelgari.
I mean, it's a group decision, but that's what I feel like. It's just the biggest one was more
like
likely.
Either way, we need help. Nelgari is a bigger route, sure.
Well, I think we're probably going to find people from the Adventurers Guild that are going to be like more gung ho and like, oh yeah, dragon, fuck yeah, I'm in, right?
Yeah.
Versus convincing, say, a local militia or something to rouse the troops. Let's go take care of this, right? I think maybe if we can get some Adventurers Guild people that are behind us, it'll give us a little bit of force that might, if we have at least some force, it might convince local, I'm going to say provincial forces, territory for whatever, militias, armies, whatever, be like, okay, well, this is a fairly serious thing. It's not just, oh, hey, you guys want to go hunt the dragon? Like, people might take us more seriously, I guess, is my thing. If we have if we have some guys, especially if it's like, oh, it's an Adventurers Guild thing mainly, it might give us some I don't know what the word is, just some more pull or something. It might be more convincing. That's my idea anyway. Unless I don't know if anybody's got another idea they want to try.
Well, let's go do the thing. We're going to Nelgari. Any questions, Cotton, or concerns? Nope. Okay, we're going. We're doing the thing. We're doing it live.
We are?
Fuck it, we'll do it live. All right, Nelgari it is then.
It's about it's It is about maybe a 5 days travel out that direction.
Okay.
There's definitely more traffic going out that way as compared to was the Gold Coast port.
Right.
When you make it into town, the walls are huge. Best you're pretty much your grade A dwarven architecture where if there was a crack somewhere, they would probably just have to tear the whole damn thing down in order just to fix it.
Oof.
Within there's many merchants where there's hide pelt sellers, jewelers, blacksmiths, swordsmiths, armorers. You name it, the merchant is probably there.
Yeah.
We make it to the guild hall. It's pretty the guild hall. It's essentially stone floor, stone walls, wooden tables.
Yeah.
Huge barrels of dwarven ale just right behind the counter.
How convenient.
They know their clientele.
Well, the dwarves.
Shot. Well, L.
Alexander and Fee both have actually mail that they receive. Essentially, how mail works for the guild is if it goes through and it is replied, it goes to all the major capitals, and then they copy it out from there.
So, you two are actually Adventurers Guild members? Or
aren't you one as well? Did you decide
me?
not to be one?
No, I'm not. I'm not one.
He's the watch.
Yeah,
I'm part of the watch, but I mean, the way I've been doing it is just, unless they're an actual force, they're kind of. I mean, I don't want to copy it, but they're kind of like witchers in the way that as long as they go to where the work is, kind of. I guess very rare for them to be on like an organized force unless it's absolutely necessary. It's like
that tends to be the case with Ronar's watch, is that they're typically mainly organized.
Like less like dungeon delving, whatever. They're more of just, there's a monster problem. Okay, let's, whoever's in the area accepts it. I mean, I guess they're kind of similar in a way, but just primarily focus on the monster hunting, but they'll go to where they're needed.
That is acquired upon the land. Like, what are you trying to say?
Yeah.
I'll go read my letter.
Your letter is from Gref, actually. He unfortunately is doing some fine. He's found some monks in the mountains back in the Shin dynasty, and he has discovered some things about himself. Reports that it's been a few days since he last been to a brothel.
That's good or bad?
Alexander, your letter is from your head torturer, his father of the church.
Just a head torturer. Wait a minute. Are we back in Dark Inquisition? What the fuck?
Ah, yes, the lecturer.
He tells you that he's glad that you two are doing well, and hopes that you're keeping out of trouble as per usual.
Has anyone mentioned me in any other letters yet?
I'd mention you, but I don't tell what race you are because that's irrelevant to me.
Oh. I was just curious. This isn't like in character. I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, I made a interesting friend. He's very gruff but he's all right. He helps me with the fightings.
The race might actually be relevant, believe it or not, but
I probably don't say the race just because I don't care.
Or he's very much one of the like. I don't know. I don't know if he's odd. I mean, we haven't really done a whole lot for the Ruinous Watch other than their monster stuff, so I'm kind of bullshitting my way as like. You know how the Death Watch have like black shields, right?
Yeah.
where they kind of just like, it doesn't matter what their past really is. They can kind of just, if they can, if the cut of their jib is good enough, they're just kind of accepted and no one really asks. Something like that in a mix between like the French Foreign Legion of like, you can sign up and if you can make the cut, then you're in.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really, other than writing an Infernal and knowing it, he doesn't really do any of the, demon fuckery or any of that other stuff that really,
I
goes
will,
against his heritage, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I will let you, mainly Alexander and Seraphina, know that you can send letters to. You're able to find and send letters to both Graf and the dwarf that you met. I'm blanking on the name entirely at the moment.
That's exactly what I was gonna do, actually.
The one from the town.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Old Man McGee.
Yep, that works.
I know him too, because I talked to him for like a couple of days before they got there.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
I sent a letter to him too. It's like, old Man McGee, who's still alive. I hope you're still alive. Well, we met some Yetis. They were actually pretty nice folks.
P.S. We're hunting a dragon. You in?
Oh yeah, we're also fighting the dragon apparently. I'm not sure what's the fall of it, but we're trying to get people to do it. If you're into that kind of stuff, hit me up. I'm at such and such city right now. We're probably going to meet up at the Golden Court thing. P.S. If you see Olga, tell her I said hi.
Who did you send that to?
The dwarf, I guess.
The dwarf. You seem like the kind of guy that'll go in a pit fights.
The one that's seen you pit fight is Graf.
Oh, I did not probably send that note to Graf.
Okay.
Dear Graf, I hope you find what you were looking for. It's okay to cry. I sometimes cry to myself at night, but I don't tell anybody about it between me and you. Mostly because I'm so happy on how well this is going, and I get to see so many beautiful people in this world and save so many lives. Also, if you see Olga, tell her I say hey. And maybe one day I might go on that date that she was talking about. Or I might call her, or wait a minute, I might message her if I remember her email or message board.
Message board?
I don't know how that's like. It was supposed to be like call me, but I think it's message me. And I'm like, so I don't know how to message her.
How do they do the how's the postal service work in this world?
For typically, it's essentially how it works in our life. It's essentially
just
give an address, it's sent to that address. For guild, for the guild members, is done differently. If it's sent to, it's sent when they send something to a specific person of the guild, it gets copied to the main capitals.
Okay.
So that way a guild member can get a letter and be anywhere in the essentially the continent and get the mail, that letter that's sent to them.
Yeah.
They just have to go to the capital.
God, just imagine the waste.
Yeah. By the way, can I do a PS? PS, you want to punch your dragon, bro?
Yeah.
PS, we fight a dragon.
And the same thing, if it's addressed to a guild member, it gets sent to the capital and then just copied over.
I would like to send I'd like to write multiple letters to any major watch outposts, and like I know they're not in this area specifically, but if whichever ones would be closest territory wise of that there is one that's being hunted, and we could use anybody available that wants to take up that banner.
Oh yeah. Also, I sent another letter to the father. Dear father, I appreciate your concerns. Also, apparently there's a dragon in the area. It's selfish of me to kind of fight this dragon before the other dragon, but I don't want anything to happen to the people up here. They have a dear place in my heart. It should be fine, I guess. People are coming, hopefully, to help us. Oh yeah, I met Yetis. They seem nice.
Are you hanging out with the tiefling as part of your rebellious phase? Is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, my friend Volter. Yeah, he's a negative type, but I think he's starting to come around. He actually almost smiled the other day. It's kind of neat.
I'm sure he smiles a lot.
But like the happy smile, not the people being killed smile.
Not the Schadenfreude smile.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fee's doing fine. She got a new horse. Also, I got a new horse too. I named mine Cookie. It's brown. I'm okay with brown. Cookies are brown.
Don't get it started.
But Fee's horse is a whitish color. I'm not an art. Well, technically, I am an artist, but I'm not sure the technical term. I just choose
Dapple gray.
Dapple gray. There we go. Dapple gray color. It looks pretty, very pretty. But I like Cookie. Cookie's a nice horse. I thought I wasn't responsible for a horse, but I think if anybody hurt my horse, I might have to do things to pray about. I don't know. I like that horse. P.S. Love Alexandra. The Van Belmart.
I do want to make a mental note that there's a lot of smithing and stuff like that going on in this area. So if we need weapons and stuff, I think this is a place to come to.
Oh.
Can I write my letters?
Yes.
I write one to Gref, and I'll just summarize it. Basically saying, hey, I'm glad you're doing better. I got a new horse. If you want to come fight a dragon with us, meet us here. I hope this letter gets to you in time. And then I write one to my dad, just telling him everything's going well, and I don't mention the dragon at all. And ask how he's doing.
Do you mention Volkar? You mentioned his race?
No, but she draws a little picture of all three of them at the bottom of the letter.
Like your
little chibi styles.
Like our little character art.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damn, kids in your green fire.
She does mention Gref by name, and he takes a good portion of the letter.
Okay.
That's it.
Does Volkar look like a tiefling in the picture?
Yeah, he's got little horns.
Okay. I just need to know for
technical reasons.
Yeah.
It's like coming home for dinner. Hey, this is my new boyfriend, or work friend. I don't know.
Look, Volkar's had a series of girlfriends. Some of them dated him just because he's a tiefling, and it was a whole rebellious phase thing. Like he's had some bad.
She's already done that.
She got that out of the way.
Yeah.
If I was your boyfriend,
she dated a tiefling warlock of the death god. I think it was. She went all in at once.
Just all in at once.
I see.
It's like bringing home like a goth boyfriend or something. It's like, damn, you just went full
she
on.
brought home a goth boyfriend that worshipped death.
I feel
bow down before the god of death.
I feel Alexandra was that kid that just really didn't talk to girls except for like those like kind of simple conversations, but never actually dated.
Yeah, Volkar kind of grew up as like probably grew up in like that group of misfits. You know, like a high school, you got the cliques. Like he would have been grew up much like me would have grown up. Like he would have been the metalheads, right? That no one really messes with.
He'd be my guy would be the kid that hangs out in the library during lunchtime, like I was that kid.
Fee was probably the sheltered church girl.
As someone who lived in the South, that hits her real close to home.
I know, right? Remind me of my childhood.
Oh my God, I had
even in the Midwest, that stuff happened.
As a person, as someone who grew up in like spent my teenage years in Alabama, I know all about dating the sheltered church girl. Holy shit! Don't even get me started.
I was grounded a lot.
I'm gonna need more drinks if I start talking about that.
My friends always made jokes about me, like I didn't love Jesus enough. That's why I was grounded.
This is why you were grounded.
Did you send a letter to Hiram as well?
The dwarf?
Yes.
Yes, I basically say, hey, we're gonna go fight a dragon. I don't know if you remember me. I helped you fight in the
It's only been like
town.
2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's probably had lots of adventures since then. If you want to join in the quest to fight the dragon, come meet us here. Just puts whatever town they were gonna go to next.
I don't know where we're gonna head to next, actually.
Wow, where are you gonna head to next? Your letters would take a while for them to get back to pretty much where you are.
I mean, we could always hang out here for a couple days, see if we can I mean, we were actually going to go to the Adventurers Guild, right, and see if we could round up some people
Yes,
that
is
might
where
be
you are.
interested. Okay.
That's
Well,
where
you guys are members, so I'm going to leave that to you guys.
Yeah,
Wherever the Adventures Guild, like they'll hang out, before adventures. I want to go there.
essentially the tavern bar-esque area where there's just a bunch of.
I want to go to the tavern and sing a song about how great of a hero you could be if you fought a dragon.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red.
And at the end of it mentioned, hey, if you want to go fight a dragon.
Okay.
If you want to fight a dragon,
go ahead and make a performance check for it.
Can I aid her with some sick guitar bass?
Yeah.
Didn't need my help, but I'm still there playing the guitar.
Your performance causes them to like start standing up and like clapping, like yeah. And then you mention a dragon, like no, that's dangerous.
But think of how much of a hero you would be if you fought a dragon. The town needs your help.
And you see like the Tenacious D like background music. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, do you know the mortality rate of fighting dragons?
I'm coming up with 33.33 repeating the chance of survival.
It's actually like let me see here. What kind of dragon is it?
You have met the Warhammer nerd in the bar. That's what you've done.
Yeah. What kind of dragon is it?
I don't remember out of character what kind of dragon it was.
It
was bronze, right?
It's a greenish, right?
Well, it was either a copper or bronze dragon.
Okay.
I think it was a bronze.
It's a copper or bronze dragon that's been tainted by some fiendish. Is that what you said before?
I think it was demonic.
It's demonic.
It's got some demon blood in it.
Yeah.
Got some demon blood in it, so it gives it a purplish hue. So I'm not quite sure if it's bronze or copper.
Oh well, the demon blood thing kind of fudges the results a bit. How big is the dragon?
We saw the dragon, so can I just guess the size?
Yeah. Sounds like it could be anywhere between a adult or a young dragon, which it looks like it's a 0.023976 for a bronze. That's not including demonic. And then a 0.00002 for the copper. That is including demonic. That was totally BS.
Oh, wait a minute. Then I asked him, I got a question for him. What's the odds of beating a necro thing that we fought in the first episode?
A necro skulker?
Yeah.
For a tier 0 adventurer like us, not likely.
Okay. Tell me the odds of killing the demon thing that we found. The aberration, the aberration with the mouth thingy.
Wait. What are the party sizes for these?
There was 4 of us there for that one.
Okay, so what was for the first one?
It was 3.
Okay. For the necroskulker, probably about a 1 in 5 chance that someone could have just died. For the demon for 4, it would be.
Well, it's an aberration, but.
Well, the aberration.
Mouth in the thing takes the form of humanoids.
For a group of level 1 characters, it would probably be closer to a 1 in 246 chance of living.
And then I bring up the Zerg Rush. And to get to the end of the conversation, I'm like, we survived all that. I'm pretty sure we can take this dragon. By those odds, right? We should be dead 3 times over, but we are here.
The technology would probably be a 1 in 1,024th chance of surviving.
Now, people, you hear this math? We have fought these odds and survive.
We're not going to make you come with us. Sorry, you can finish. I thought you were done. My bad.
Oh, sorry. I'm basically like everybody hearing the odds of us not surviving these like 3 or 4 counters, but we did it. And I believe that we could do this one more time for these people that has been oppressed by this winged abomination.
For the tavern, I just would have started gambling with somebody.
You see me like telling the tale with my guitar, just bum.
You don't have to come with us, but this is your chance to be a true hero for people who need it.
Everybody looks at each other in the tavern, and they're kind of like heavily putting heavy consideration into it. When is this so-called offense against the dragon?
We give a date.
You have a couple of days to make your decision. Probably give him a rally point. Like we could say, like I don't know. So it took us how many days to get here?
It takes about 5 days. Well, from where you were to there, it's about 6-day journey to get to Ghost Port from here.
Yeah, we could tell him in say 2 weeks time, because we've got to give people time to give mail time to travel and people time to travel from wherever to like a rally point. So we can make say meet at the gates of Gold Coast Port in 2 weeks time. That gives people some time to make a decision and travel if they want to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Good thing the Yetis and other 10 are a concept of time. They'd be like 5 days. You're freaking 10 days late.
Yeah.
See, it was a blessing in disguise.
How long do you stay in town for?
I think we'd stay in town for say, if we tell people 2 weeks, probably stay in town for a week and then travel back. And then get there like the night before we told people to show up at the Gold Coast Port front gate or whatever to rally. If that's
what we want to do. In here for a week?
Well, yeah, because they send out mail. They give people time for like mail to travel back. Okay. I mean, I don't know how fast mail is, but I mean,
Yeah,
you said it's kind of like ours.
It would take 2 weeks for you to get the mail back to you. That's if you stayed here for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I think Fee said something about. Did she say something about like reply at Gold Coast Port or something? Or am I just
wherever you guys were having a meet is where she said to me. I wasn't sure where you wanted them to.
It would have been like the front gate of Gold Coast Port or something. Like meet there in 2 weeks if you want to go.
Okay.
I think is
about a couple pretty much the next day. I'm guessing Alexander sent a letter to Tyrim as well. Tyrim sends a letter back to both Fee and Alexander saying is like I'll be there.
Yeah.
And then about a couple days later, I had to do differently because what was your letter to Gref? I don't think we went over Gref, did we?
We both did a letter to Gref.
I don't think Fee did.
I did.
Yeah, Fee did.
Did you forget it already?
I think I vaguely remember. I don't remember how much extra you put in there.
She mentioned getting a horse, and she mentioned that she was glad he was doing better.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what else extra she put in.
I remember that much. I didn't think there was. Couldn't remember anything else extra. Fee essentially gets like, oh, sweet, a horse. You don't have to walk. And then he also says that he'll be there. Alexander's thing is like, hey man, I understand that it's tough to cry. When you get a chance, try a brothel. They listen pretty well. A little expensive, but it's better than getting a therapist. Trust me, I've tried.
My crying is more like this life brings me so much joy. Like I'm so happy that I'm out. That's my crying. Like I'm so blessed that I get to get up every day and help people.
That's
and
not
stop
what
evil. That's the crying that.
That's not what it sounded like in the letter.
I know it sounds like a different type of cry. It's like I'm just
Yeah.
so full of happy. And I did that on purpose. Like in character, he doesn't realize that people cry when they're usually sad, but these are tears of joy, really.
Yeah. But I'll be there. Join in. I've always wanted to wrestle a dragon.
Hey, yes, my man. Okay.
My guy.
My man.
My man. Fucking Justice League. Yeah, my man.
Yeah.
Instead of his trident, he has a shield.
And then I would the letter I sent out would have said the same thing, essentially. Meet if you choose to, take on this task, meet at the Gold Coast Gate in 2 weeks' time.
Okay. It will get there. It will get to one of the posts within a week's time that they would have enough time to get to there. What would you guys like to do now?
I mean, if we wait a week, I think then we could travel, unless there's something people want to do in the meantime.
Do they have any arena fights here?
No.
I would like to try to earn some extra money by performing so we can possibly get anything that we are missing.
Well, let me think. Actually, yes, there is arena fights.
Oh, wow. I actually get to do something.
Okay. So performing, arenaing, and Car, what are you doing?
If not gambling, I would have just been hanging out with Fee, I guess. I'm not a super fighty person when it comes to people.
Coming just to enjoy the music.
Enjoy the music, play some cards, throw some dice, whatever, just kind of downtime in between, monster stuff. Because he spends most of his time on the road, so he's kind of just hanging out, just enjoying not having to do anything for a little bit.
A point has been proven to me that we probably should take a break.
Yes.
Before we get into.
Look, I might have been pre-gaming on the whiskey a little bit. I just got to go to bed.
Plus, it's a really, really good time to take a break before we get into stuff happening.
Correct.
I don't see combat really going down tonight, but I could be wrong.
We'll see what happens.
I mean, there was a chance for the Yeti combat, but that's about much as going.
Yeah, I think we did that.
Well, I'm always down for murder herwing, but
we're doing some prep work.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like reality of the world, like if they're actually talkable creatures.
Yeah,
that's what we did last night. It was just exposition. That's all it was all night long. So it's fine.
All right, we will take a break of probably anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes. It'd be a good time. So
yes, that's good.
We will be right back. All right, we're back. We have done the motivational speech to corral people to go fight a dragon. For this weird concept of honor and glory.
And I keep saying that if we survive all this shiznack, we're definitely going to make it through this one. Wink.
And fame. I put fame in my song. Thank you very much.
Well, that's true. There. I was roping it fame within the glory and whatnot.
Yeah. With crowdy, I kick ass. Here,
But,
even people who are not morally right like the fame because that means more money.
Cash money, y'all. Bling bling.
I don't think you mentioned money at all.
It was insinuated. We specifically left it out. We let them put like, what about the money? It's like,
because I don't have any money to pay them.
This is true. We do it for the glory.
That's why I put fame in my song, so they know that they could be more famous.
Would lead to more money. Normally.
You also got a hold of Gref and Tiram. Tiram being the dwarf that you met in the town that was being under siege, the Knolls.
You said this already before
Yep.
break.
Yep. Well, I'm just repeating it just in case.
Okay.
And Graf, who has been your buddy who doesn't pull out a weapon for the life of him, likes to grab things for whatever reason.
He's our Zangief.
Yeah.
He crushes dragons' heads like sparrow eggs between thighs.
Is there anything? Oh no, we need to do the off time stuff.
I'm trying
As
to
in
hone that skills.
your money getting. Okay. I will need. We'll do fee first because why not? Fee, give me 3 performance rolls. Okay.
20,
Yeah.
25, 25.
Dang. That girl is on fire. That girl is on fire.
I am a bard.
Yeah. Okay. Do 5d4 times 5 3 different times. 18 plus 7. You have to
you
do
can't do
the
times.
asterisk one.
Oh, is it asterisk to do times?
Yeah. It is not X. There you go.
Well, that's one. Make that money, watch it burns.
Looks like you got a total of, well, let me just do
Mathematical.
Pop.
huh?
I just love that our downtime
21,
making more
21.
money than our actual career.
Yep.
Yo.
210 gold.
Throw a coin to your bar now.
Alex, you
Yeah.
can give me 3 different attack rolls. Essentially, we'll do it that way.
Okay. I
Not
show
with your
you-
bow attack, your sword attack.
Is it the rapier?
It'd be the
That is-
rapier.
Yeah. Oof, now I'm
Be whatever you
nervous.
prefer.
Natural 20, 22, and 15.
Those were good rolls.
For the first one, you'll do. I did these wrong. For the first one, we'll do 5d4 times 6. Second one will 5d4 times 5, and then the third one will be 5d4 times 4.
Okay, 5d4 times 6. And 5d4 times 5. That's higher. I hope the last one is the highest. I'll be very disappointed in myself.
You rolled above
5.
average for the second one.
Okay, 5d4 times 4, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm about to say if the lowest one was higher than the highest number one, I'll be like looking at myself like, what am I doing in my life?
You get a 181 because someone else did the math for me real quick.
Thank you, whoever did that in the chat.
It was Cotton.
I was about to
Thank
say,
you.
I was like, I wonder who that could possibly be.
Thank you, Cotton.
Basic math is not fast for me anymore ever since I had to start adding other things into it.
It's fine.
I'm
Like
good at grouping like numbers, like the 60s. I
Yeah.
immediately knew that was 125, so just adding to it was easy for me.
I could probably fly a fucking helicopter, but I can't do basic math, so it's fine.
Yep.
You said
Multiplication
188.
is not great for me to have to think about it.
Are you all pulling your money together in order to maybe get some stuff for supplies?
Not yet, I don't think.
I'm seeing if we need anything specific.
Yeah, if somebody needs anything specific, we can talk about it, but I don't think we have a group inventory yet.
Yeah.
Well, not for gold anyway.
This is the area you would want to get stuff that you might need.
Yeah.
I think the problem is we don't know what we need.
Well, I mean, there's some stuff. There's some basic stuff. You know, rings of protection are always nice.
I am not sure we can afford any magical items yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean,
it varies. And you are.
Can I go to the store and see what some cheap magical items they have are?
Sure.
Because the GM thing does have a scale of how much things should cost between there, but it also depends on the GM. And also your charisma or how you can talk them into it.
It's
I believe in you, Bard. Or Fee.
let's see. You can obviously get potions of healing for about 50 gold pieces each. You can also get that from the you actually get it from the tavern, the guild hall cheaper for about 45 gold pieces per bottle of healing potion. You get a potion of climbing for probably about 25-30 gold pieces. Bag of holding for 400.
Imagine how much horse food we could put in that bag.
That's actually a good thought. It's like we got horses to feed. You need to put that stuff somewhere. You can get some essentially some +1 magical weapons. Like,
funny enough, on what was it? I think it was 2 days ago on my Google thing. It always pops up stuff that I look at. When the top, it shows top magical items people picking. One of them, the top one was bag holding.
it's a useful one.
It's
I especially used it all the time in Pathfinder because it was cheap.
Yeah.
It's super easy to get bag of holding in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's also a universe where there's, you know, a bajillion magical items too, and like 5e where it's all squished down.
It's super cheap, but you can like go in the magical bag of holding in Pathfinder, but something pierces from the bag of holding from the inside, everything is destroyed into a different dimension or something like that.
Yep.
Gone forever, and you can't get it back no matter what.
Also, I get fishing quivers too, just to have all your weapons in, because they're so efficient. And Pearls of Power, I love Pearls of Power in Pathfinder.
Cloak of Resistance is something I usually had too.
You can get a +1 magical dagger for 100 gold pieces.
Oh, that's cool.
You can get a +1 sword, short sword for about 200. Then, essentially, longsword, stuff like that, you can get about 300. Filter Love you can get for about 200. Trying to see what else I have here. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I think as a group we should save for a bag of holding.
Yeah, like bag holding is just so useful.
It's the utility is just the important part right now.
We are going up against a dragon though. We
need
something that we can use now.
A demon.
And
I mean,
right now we don't need a bag of holding because we have a horse and carriage. We will in the future though.
This is true.
That's a long-term saving goal.
Any light one-handed crossbows I can get for cheap?
Did you mention a ring of protection, by the way? Did you mention that at all?
I didn't know. Let me look up ring protection. Second.
That's always a pretty good like standard to go for. I mean, because
Yeah,
+1 AC, +1 on saves.
it would be too expensive for you at the
That's what I figured.
moment. You can you can get a light crossbow for the standard amount. If you want to haggle, you can probably get it for about 5-10 gold cheaper, depending on the price. I don't know the price on top of my head at the moment.
How
Just
much
wanting a
was
light
the,
crossbow, not like a hand crossbow or anything.
Well, there's heavy. Well, I guess the normal one, and then there's the light one, and then there's the hand one, which I'm hoping is the
The
cheapest
light
out of
crossbow
three.
is the regular crossbow.
Yeah,
Which one are you wanting?
trying to get the smaller one because
The hand
daggers were
crossbow?
cheaper than long swords and etc. So I'm hoping the smaller version will be the cheapest.
Well, you're also your dex based, right?
Yeah,
So longsword's not going to do you any good because it's a strength weapon.
but long swords cost more. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While short sword was cheaper, and then daggers were cheaper. I'm hoping it's the same thing with archery stuff.
Well, hand crossbow is more intricate, so they're typically more expensive.
Well, making smaller stuff is harder than making bigger stuff usually.
Okay, which one's cheaper?
There's mechanics behind the crossbow, and making it smaller is not always easier.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's
which
usually
one-
harder.
Tell me the prices of all the range stuff, and I'll determine if they have any range stuff.
If you want a crossbow, I have a crossbow.
I think
It's a
one-handed.
normal, it's a
He's
light
one-handed.
crossbow, but if you want a one-handed, that's different.
I'm looking for magical.
Oh,
Oh, magical? It's
good luck.
hand crossbow. You're looking probably about actually for hand or light crossbow. You're looking at about 300 gold pieces.
Should see if you
Okay.
can find dragons. Well, probably not going to find Dragon Slayer.
But you're
arrows.
probably wanting to look for is the ammunition necessarily,
Yeah.
Okay.
because the magical bow doesn't really give the magicalness of the arrow, unless it says say so. It'll
don't
give
know.
you the damage boost. I don't know if it gives you the damage boost actually, because there's a reason why they make a +1 ammunition or +2
Yeah.
ammunition.
I think they stack in this version of the game. I'm not sure.
I mean, unless you go the route, which is it's common to do, is if you fire a +1, say bow, then it does, it's transferring that bonus to standard ammo. Because it just doesn't make sense to have a +1 ranged weapon if
I thought because they stack.
I think they can stack. It's like if you're firing like Dragon Slayer arrows out of a magical bow. But I think if it's just like a +1 bow, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to have. It's like, what do you do unless you run up and hit somebody with the bow itself? It would have to convey the damage to the.
I don't think there is a
Projectile.
+1 bow.
No, because 5e fucking hates anybody who uses it. There's like one name, like in the base game, there's one named bow, and that's it.
The oath one. That's very specific. Like I
That's
choose
why
one
there's
It's
It's why there's a ton of like homebrew weapons
Oh,
for
there is.
ranged characters. There has to
I
be because
thought,
there's
like,
just no
if you-
support.
because I was just thinking like that's why they have like if you have a +1 bow and +1 arrows, you get a +2 to hit and damage. That's the thought how that works.
It'll tell you usually what bonus
why-
it confers.
Yeah, that's why you buy +1 ammos to get that extra bonus in. I know for warlocks, if you get like certain 2 magical items that add to your
Yeah, well, that's
There-
catch in general.
There is actually +1 bows and whatnot. And I guess it does stack. I think you get the bonus, but I don't think you really get the magical property of the ammunition. The magical property doesn't transfer over. It's just you get the +1 attack and the range. That's peculiar.
Yeah, they really just kind of just gave up on doing magical ranged weapons in 5e.
it's fine because I get why they didn't make a dex based like 19 dex thing just because the way the mechanically this system works, it will be broken as hell. They explained that, and I was like, when I thought about it, I was like, that makes sense because who wouldn't want a item that gives you 19 dex? No, there's like no class that doesn't benefit from that.
I mean, they've already got gloves that give you 20 strength, so or 19
But-
strength, so
But 9 times out of 10, if you're a strength-based character, you're gonna have a decent strength anyway. It's one of those things.
yeah.
Same with wizards. Like if you're gonna be a wizard, you're gonna have high intelligence anyway. That's why they made that a common item versus a rare item.
Yeah.
So you guys want to hold on to your money for now?
I'd like to earn some money first.
I would like to buy some.
Oh yeah, you
health
haven't rolled
potions.
yet.
Yeah, I haven't done my rolls
Okay.
yet.
What would you like to do?
I'm gambling.
Okay.
Surprised to no one.
Give me three. Three of
Come
your gambling rolls.
on, bone dice. Don't fuck me. Terrible.
I'd say for the first one, just give me a regular 5d4. And then second one and third one, give me 5d4 times 4.
Okay, so I'll just do 5d4 and times 4 on those.
So 40 and man,
Be 68 plus 15.
yeah.
It's not terrible.
How much did he get? Like, what were all the numbers?
I got 83. I got 15, and then I got 10 times 4 and 7 times 4.
Not good with multiplication, other than the 40.
Which is 83, I think.
83?
68 plus 15. Or sorry. Yeah, 68 for the other two, and then 15 for the top one.
68 would be 123. 15 plus 40 plus 68.
It's the 10 times 4 and then 7 times 4. So it'd be 40 plus 28 is 68 plus 15 is 83.
Oh, okay, I got it. I thought you meant the other one was 68.
No.
Yeah, you're right. It's 83.
I did a math.
You did do a math. You confused me.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I thought that was a high number for 7 times 4, but I was just trusting you.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have to pay taxes on that 100 and, or oh,
You don't have to pay dues.
I don't have to pay dues. It's not. Hey, look, man, it's not contract work. It's under the table. I'll pay my dues, but I ain't paying my dues on shit that ain't related to that work.
I'll pay my dues, but not the dues I care for.
I do. I've literally only been taking 80% of everything that all the rewards we've gotten so far. I pay the dues so I get access to the watches. I can show up to any watch outpost and get room board and any services like, oh, if I need my sword fixed or whatever the fuck, I can get all that shit done. That's just part of my taxes. As long as I stay in good standing, as far as I understand it, that's how that works.
We're gonna start. He's gonna start giving us guild like points, like in Ragnaros for like each of our faction.
Reputation bonus.
Yeah. Faye's gonna get the church. I get the Venturing Guild, and you get the watch.
Well, it's like every time I've but you got to go Runer's Watch because that's how you get the strength boots, and then the bracers, and then you get that weapon enchant. That's how you do it. But no, like this whole time, every time I've had to go to a mailbox, it's because I'm mailing off money to the guild or the watch guild, whatever. You know what I mean?
I get you putting down home slice.
Yeah. It also signifies that, hey, I'm still alive and still doing work. It's kind of serves dual purpose. At least that's how I've been kind of just doing it.
Isa.
Is there anything you want to do while you're still at the Capitol?
I mean, we can't really afford anything. While we're talking about it, though, can you go ahead and give us a handout for group inventory? I'll go ahead and set that up while I'm thinking about it.
I will.
It's
Just
in your. It's on your character sheet. There's a slot called inventory.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's wanting one
overall,
for like the whole group.
A whole group. So if we get like, we loot a treasure chest and we have a bunch of gems. It's just like, this is like, say, stuff on a wagon or whatever. Just so we.
So it's like all wagon inventory.
Correct. Just anything that is a group asset. But if anybody needs anything specifically, you can just ask and we can make a decision. I mean, we could pool our gold if people wanted to, but I think right now I don't know you guys well enough to hand over my money to you. Unless you ask nicely. But we will have a wagon inventory. I just while we're thinking about it, just get it out of the way. And then I'll set it up because I always make a fancy list because I'm one of those people.
Fancy.
Oh, and I always put a hilarious picture in too.
Gave out the handout.
I see it.
As long as you don't be that guy that start micromanaging other people's magic items.
No.
Because there's always that guy in the party, and I'm like,
well, I mean, it seems that we've got a dex-based character, we've got the wisdom-based character, and I'm strength and intelligence. I mean,
yeah.
All right, I have now inputted the header for the group inventory, and it's the one I always use because it's fucking hilarious to anybody who's ever played that game.
It's Skyrim, and it's a whole bunch of cheese dropped into Breezeholm.
Yeah,
that sounds amazing.
I feel I should be ashamed that I
should be called out.
Scenario.
I have a bunch of these. The image is actually called what is it? Jesus, we are wheeling with the same problem over here. It's horrible, but I love it. I love it. So it's one I always use.
We're the worst and the best.
It's always good. Did I break Cotton?
No, she's not rocking the tables that our desk is on, which is causing my screen to bounce up and down.
I'm not intentionally rocking them. I just went to move and noticed I was rocking, and so I had to do it again because I saw his thing bouncing.
Well, that's why you don't connect your desk together.
We don't have the room. It'll be fixed this weekend at some point.
We have a tiny house and massive desks.
I know that. I'll post a picture. Oh, I think Pondo's seen a picture of my setup.
Yeah.
My house
you know those
is
folding like 6-foot tables or so?
Yeah.
Those are our desks.
I'll post a picture in the thing so you can see what my setup is.
Yep. They're relatively inexpensive and easy to set up.
I used to have a desk, like it was like 70 something inches wide. It was massive. It was made of solid wood. I switched to this cockpit-esque thing, and because it's all made of essentially made out of the same stuff you build a roll cage out of. And I can move it just by myself because it's steel, but they're hollow, right? Oh,
I currently have
I sent that to Pondo for some reason and not
computer chair thingy right here. I got a round table right here for one monitor and the computer, and I got me a little desk to set my things on right here.
I used to do that, and then one day I just said fuck it, and I just invested the money.
Eventually, I want to get something better, but it's on a later date.
So I need to upgrade all my monitors, but that's a whole thing.
I got 4 monitors. I'm only at 3 like a scrub.
Got to get on my level, man.
I had 3, but then one monitor just keeps crapping out.
I have 2.
The important part is the bottom 3 are all identical. That's the important part.
Mine's a TV technically screen right here with 2 monitors to the side.
Yeah, I need to replace all these. They're all 120 hertz monitors except for the top one, but they're all 23.5s or whatever. I need to replace them all. I'm gonna go ultra wide. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But it's a bitch for streaming. Anyway, completely off topic. Sorry. I don't have any other plans. I don't have any other plans during the downtime unless I don't know what anybody else is doing.
Yeah. I'm content with my downtime. And we was just burning time till everybody can have a chance to get into position to see who
more or less.
So I didn't get a letter from Olga.
You don't know her address.
Yeah, that's why I told somebody else that might know her to say something.
You want to get a dinner with Olga?
That'll be interesting.
That would be interesting. Why is this not?
The very airhead to dating guy talking to a Goliath lady.
Olga the Alpine Hammer. So I'm going to keep calling her because it's funny to me.
It's accurate.
She would have that name.
Is there... So you guys are holding off and getting anything at the moment aside from... you wanted some potions? How many?
I have 3 health potions.
How much did I say? 45? 45. 45 each. That way you can save someone in case they're dying. You don't have any spells.
Exactly what I bought them for.
That's what Spare the Dying is for.
Right.
I do have that, but if we're in a battle, I'd rather have them up.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay my hands on them.
Just don't be a paladin that just holds it all for themselves. They're stingy.
Have I healed? No, I only heal myself at the end of the night if I don't have anything better to do.
No, I've known a few paladins that just hold it all for themselves, and they're just
I got you.
We have a term for them. They're called dicks.
They're the ones that like to just do it for the damage.
Maybe it's just because I always play characters to where, like, if somebody's proven themselves in combat, I'll lay my life down for them. That's just how the characters I play.
Like
But
the only
I never.
reason
I'll keep one in reserve. Like, I'll keep the last one for like absolutely needing it. But I'm not,
Like I try not to use them sparingly just because the 5 points you could remove disease, which is actually pretty cool. It's a cool effect.
Well, it's always because if you don't heal somebody like that extra couple points, they're gonna get hit and they're gonna die because they were missing that extra 3 fucking HP that you could have given them. That's what always happens.
It's true. That's why I can't wait till level 5 so I can have that sweet ranger healing spell of stand into the light, D6, D6, D6.
Anyway, so I think we're headed back to Gold Coast Port after we wait the week or whatever.
You're going to?
It's gonna be because I think it's what 6 days travel, 5 days travel.
Yeah.
When you head back, you head back, and 5 days travel. When you make it into the town, that obviously you'd probably tell them what tavern you'd go to and whatnot. I'm guessing. I'll assume. You definitely see Gref. You see Tiram. There's actually a fourth person who oddly enough is a tiefling. But he has a blue skin instead of the typical red or even the black or very dark gray that is Volkar. He's wearing a set of glasses and in a set of gray robes, having like satchels for books on each side of him. Almost like gun holsters, but for books.
Interesting.
They all seem to be 3 conversing together. No one else that you saw at the tavern when you made the speech came.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Well, they've still got like what, a day, right?
Yeah.
Because technically the meeting thing would be like the next day. So, I mean, they've got time.
Yep.
So it's not over yet, I guess. But
The 3 of them just seem to be conversing at the moment.
Is the tiefling wearing any identifying colors or anything? Is it just
gray robes with like some like black trimming? Nothing really identifying.
Okay.
Is showing any sort of affiliation to anything.
Yeah, I got you.
No Pacific God.
Hello. I'll go up to the group of 3 of them.
Bonjour.
Gref waves almost like an idiot. Not really stupidly, just like a wide wave, even though you're right there. Tiram gives you a nod, and then the tiefling gives you like a slight wave.
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, hello. I should explain myself. I am my name is Xavier. I am a member of the guild. I was there when you were talking about the dragon situation. I'm not the one that did the points, obviously, that stated the probability of death or mortality. Good meeting you all now in public. I just couldn't really introduce myself up there. It would be weird. I'd get funny looks.
Well, I'm Serafina de la Ruse. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Yes, that's the proper response. You're welcome.
Well, I'm Alexander Van Belmark.
Pleasure to meet you. Mm-hmm. He just does like a over-exaggerated swoosh over looking at Volkar.
Yeah, I give him like a nod and an infernal. I was like, "Greetings, kindred."
He'll reply back. it does not have like the sound. It's just like, yes, hello, kindred.
I like to imagine all tieflings refer to each other as cousin or something. You know, it's just like
All tieflings are actually Hawaiian.
Now I gotta do Infernal all the time in a Hawaiian accent.
No, we're not doing that. I can't do a Hawaiian. I don't know.
What I'm just curious. I'm
Hey,
curious.
All tieflings have an urge for. I mean, that's what. It's more. It's kind of like Samoan too. I mean, all tieflings have an urge to eat spam and put pineapple on pizza because actually no, it's a Canadian thing. Spam and eggs. Hey, look, don't shit on some spam and eggs. I was a Boy Scout. I know what's up.
I
know.
Good stuff.
This guy knows what's up.
Yola, when you sleep in a tent, you don't really give a fuck what you eat for breakfast.
I remember buying spam once, but I don't remember if we actually ate it.
It's a good camping food. It's calorie dense, that's for sure.
Like I like cooking it thin and getting it super crisp.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the way you generally do it. That's the way Hawaiians do it. I think when I had it fried, cooking in a cast iron pan over a campfire. I mean, it was literally spam and eggs is what we had for breakfast. Of course, when you're 11, you really don't give a shit, right?
Yeah. Like it's super fatty, so like you could use the grease to cook the eggs, which is nice.
I mean, dude, now after you get done with that, you fucking make some gravy.
Exactly. Of course, if you do it indoors, you gotta make sure to have that vent on.
Oh yeah, but this was outside. I mean, I was in the Boy Scouts. I lived in Georgia, outside Athens. So
yeah.
After that, she'll turn to Gref and what was the dwarf's name again? Tiram. I was right. Say, how have you guys been?
I've been doing all right. Been doing good. It's really cold here. Very cold.
Do you need winter clothes?
No, I got them. It's still really cold here.
You get used to it.
This is my home.
It's cold here. You're slightly less soft I thought you were.
Thank you.
I kind of whisper them, we shouldn't call people soft.
What?
You're the one who told him I was soft, if I remember right.
Well, no, he said you were soft to begin with. You asked him, he replied to you honestly.
Yeah. My character's like, I don't want to be like that dwarf this soon. Stuff about women. You got beat up by women. I don't know what that means, but I don't want to be like you.
Look, I had a conversation with the tiefling. It's fine. Don't be like that.
Tieflings are just chatting up in Inferno.
No, I would have said like hello in Infernal, and that would be about it. I'm not going to sit there and confuse all the humans, or not humans, but commoner people who speak common. Plus, Infernal is a very odd language to hear. I'm sure.
Yeah. Backwards talk. It's not like that. It's for some reason in my head canon is just seeing all those old scary movies or whatnot where they had like someone possessed by a demon and start talking.
Oh, just backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, if you play this record in reverse, it's praising Satan. Yeah. That kind of shit. Yeah. The 90s.
If you play Slim Shady backwards, it says Eminem. I remember doing it. It didn't sound that way. Weird people. Tyrion clears his throat and goes like, it's good to be home. Weather's much more tolerable here.
Oh, you're from here too.
I am a dwarf.
I just
there are a lot of dwarfs here.
I don't assume that all dwarfs come from here. Gosh.
Fair?
Unless you do, then, that's cool.
It's a large majority of them do. You're fair to not assume.
Yes.
So I imagine that we're not going into this dragon fight fully unprepared. Do you want to kind of explain this?
Well, I guess I take a knee and explain the fight patterns that we have recognized. Like it's been going here, here, and here. Talk to some
about the dragon, not the how it acts.
Oh, it's a I bring out a sketch of the dragon as a self fit. Like it's like a well detailed sketch. Like the writing is like kind of plain ordinary writing. Has like detail like it should be this feet here, this many feet here. Haven't really seen what it's eating off of.
Rev kind of just looks at it and scratches his head. Yeah, that doesn't look demonic. Xavier said something about it being demonic.
Well, it had a purple tint.
Yeah, supposedly it is demonic, and she'll tell him the story about. Was it somebody who was experimenting on dragons with demonic energy?
It was a story of the it was Archdevil centuries ago, where he was forming his plot to essentially take over the world and make it his own domain. He worked with pretty much a mother of dragons, where she crafted these demonic dragons that were soul bound to him, so long as that he was not put away or put to rest. These beings would be immortal, and if they were taken down, they would just come back sometime later, or whether it meant a couple hours or a couple days, whichever.
The cat came back the very next day.
In the way to deal with them, they essentially sealed these dragons away into certain areas.
Yeah, and we think it might be because it follows the coloring scheme of that said dragon. That's our guess, but hopefully, if we actually defeat this creature or maybe talk it down with overwhelming force, we can get some answers from it.
Fair enough. What is y'all's plan?
Plan is to get it, wait for it. We have a rough idea of when it comes and goes quite frequently. It enters, we found out where we think is its primary lair. It stays in there for quite some time, probably feeding or some such. We scouted it out beforehand. With the wait till it comes back with some type of food. Probably eats it, gets tired like any living creature will, and then we're going to corner it in its cave. That way it can't take off and start flying. And never want to engage a flying thing out in the open. That's not a great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have intense negotiations, maybe, if it wants to be reasonable. If not, then we do what we do.
Perhaps we should plan for if things go awry and we can't reason with it.
Oh, that's why we're gonna get the listings of the Yetis.
Yetis.
Yeah.
In theory.
In theory, we have to figure out what their plans are. Are they gonna join us in the fight?
We're having troubles communicating, but they seem to they said they think about joining us.
They have a common cause against the dragon. It's also part of it has destroyed their food supply, and they're not very happy about it. So we seem to have a common cause. Communicating with them is very rough, but they seem to get the idea.
Okay.
At the very least, they could take. At very least, if things go awry, they could take some hits. I mean, but you never underestimate the power of teamwork. It gives the enemy someone else to shoot at, right?
All right. Talking to Yetis is new one to me, but
it's a new one to all of us. But take any help you can get.
Yeah, what jerks.
What are these Yetis at that you speak of?
They're along the way to the dragon's lair. They're roughly in the same area.
Should we go back to speak to them first?
They know we're going to return when we are about to hunt it. So I think we should go. We could go and fetch them when we're on our way.
All right.
To keep it simple.
They might not be the brightest, but
they didn't kill us, so that's always something.
They were we gave them food. They were amenable enough.
I guess this time when I come back and make sure to bring like 2 like pork like offerings. Is that about a gold worth of resources right there?
I mean, I'm sure they'll take it.
That fair, Pondo? A gold for pork offerings.
What are you getting? Like fish or?
Like a giant pork, like hot
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
We wouldn't be able to get a giant pork, but you definitely get like a giant fish.
Okay. One gold worth of fish goodness.
Pretty much like a big old tuna.
Yep.
And it is. I guess it is a fishing place, right?
That's their main exports, fish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. King macro. Have it smoked. Have flavor.
What are we planning on going out to then? Fight the dragon.
Well, we have potentially more coming. The rally point is supposed to rally here tomorrow, so we'll see what who shows up.
Don't imagine much.
Well, you never know. There could be some glory hounds or some people just wanting in for the fame of killing a dragon. So we'll see.
Dragon Slayers.
It's a great title. Take that to your grave.
I'll put that in our song if we all live.
Ooh. Alexandra the Dragon Slayer.
Emphasis on live.
Psh, I'm gonna live forever.
You keep telling yourself that. So, I mean, I guess we've got time to kill for the day. And that's
You
just
see old man Alexandra sitting next to his significant other, not sure girlfriend or whatever, Olga. And they're like sitting on the porch. Remember when we used to be young?
that wouldn't surprise me.
Are you daydreaming?
No, just like a flashback.
Ah.
Like a flash
Hallucinating.
forward. It's like a flash forward, like where he's old man and he's like with Olga.
Are
She
you
happened to be
spoiling the
one.
future?
Maybe that's the dream. That's like the dream that he has. He's like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with a wife.
He's having a daydream about the future, flashing back to the past.
Yeah, it's so meta. It's gonna be sad when he dies.
It's cut
Little
off.
bit.
Is there anything that you guys want to do else to prepare?
Not with our money resources. I don't think anything because we can't really buy a ballista.
You could buy ballista. I mean, probably could, but that's moving it and everything else is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, that too. And
So
then again, I didn't even check the inventory to see if they had any dragon slaying arrows.
probably not able to afford them, honestly.
True. It'll be fine for now, maybe.
You could get holy water.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is a demon. Buy me some holy waters. Does it count if I dip the arrow tips in the holy water?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I buy some holy water. That's like 50 gold.
Yes. Essentially, you
Okay.
can pour it onto your weapons. It'll give you a few attacks of it that will bypass the resistance of demons and whatnot.
Yeah. You see, like, like it's a small bucket, like inside, like a special quiver that's like just putting like the arrows in there. It's like maybe 20 arrows could fit in there specifically. That fair?
Sure, you're just taking all the arrows out, dropping the thing in, and dropping the arrows into the bottle,
Yeah.
into the quiver.
Yeah. Thank you, GM. It's just that we don't know what's available to us. And we don't want to be like, we will
You guys can,
it's overpriced.
in cases like these, you can guys always do like research on what can help fight said.
I'll do research. I'll go to the local church and do some.
Okay.
Why hit
Uh,
up the library then?
give me since religion, since you're going to the church, arcana if you're going to the library.
Yeah, I'll go to a library. See what I can find. Why not?
Can I
13.
also ask some of the
24.
heads of the churches what they know about demon slaying?
Yes.
See, my character keeps getting distracted in the kitty area.
Got 20.
Alexander knows that there's definitely demons typically have some sort of good resistance to most common things that aren't magical or just most elements. Mainly needing to do damage, you mainly need something that's magical, decent pace. Volkard knows that dousing weapons into holy water can mitigate the resistance that some demons have as far as that goes. Definitely having either magical weapons also helps. Just be wary when you use some other elements because they could be resisted, like fire, cold. I want to say lightning.
Depends on it just depends on the type of dragon.
Well, not dragon, but demon specifically.
Oh, demon. Yeah.
Also,
Dragons,
depends what
there's
type of
not
demon
much to it. That there's not much to dragons. It's that they're specifically is what depending on what color there is, they're just immune to that element.
Yeah, that element.
Like bronze would be immune to your acid.
Can't remember if it's acid or electricity.
I'm double checking. It's lightning. Bronze is immune to lightning damage,
Okay.
and copper is immune to, I believe they have the acid.
Mm.
I was getting them flipped. I knew it. I just didn't know which ones.
Yeah.
Well, when you have the spectrum based on metals, it's like bronze, brass, and copper.
Yeah, the metallic dragons aren't that straightforward because brass and gold both have fire breath, and but their breaths work differently. Brass shoots it in a line, gold shoots it in a cone.
I know one hangs out around the water, one hangs out in social areas, the other one likes to be alone. Silver dragons are the chaotic good ones. They're hanging out with elves and stuff.
No, they're lawful good. Silver.
Really?
Yep.
Just like the gold dragon. Oh, fair enough.
Yep. Silver's more akin to your paladin dragon sort of side appeal.
Okay, fair enough.
Not much else. That could be useful aside from the holy water can help. Yeah. I think this is a good point to stop for the night.
All right.
Next week we'll talk to the Yetis briefly and try to communicate that, and then maybe have a
getting negotiations.
Successful combat of hopefully not a lot of death and murder of a dragon.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hostile negotiations, hopefully. I speak Draconic, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to this dragon to go fuck itself.
Okay, I see here for the way you're treating the city. We don't appreciate you with your abrasive negotiation, and we ask you to leave alone. And
We don't take kindly to your dragon kind around here.
And if you don't apply, well, we have to use a show of force ?
Question mark. We may fight you, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Did my dad reply to our letter before we leave?
He had not yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Find out next time. If you survive. If you don't survive, it doesn't matter to you because you're dead.
This is true. And then we're gonna have the retiring.
Your next characters will get the letters, but you'll have no reason why. No idea why.
Yeah, this is confusing.
Well,
trying to think of my
protocol
next
goes that if the person who has the letter goes to the next person in line, we don't know why we do that. We just do.
We just do. There's just some cosmic force telling us to do it.
I think my next character is gonna be Mistress something.
Mistress.
Oh God.
I'm pretty serious about the old people stuff. If I die, I'm making a grandma.
I'm making a grandma dwarf.
Oh God. That'll be hilarious.
No, just that I really wanted to make a mountain dwarf that actually take advantage of the freaking armor proficiencies they get. So it'd probably be a sorcerer or wizard.
Hmm.
Because like no one really can take advantage of it unless you specifically make a build for it. And I thought it would be neat to actually be like, hey, I'm actually using the armor proficiency I get from my racial.
Yeah.
I think Druid could also take advantage of it. It takes advantage of the medium armor.
Yeah.
Because Druid only gets light, I believe.
Yeah. I think
Bard could take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Of medium.
But it's only one bump up, get what I'm saying, from light to medium.
Yeah, but
with those two classes, it's no armor. They actually, that's why I said specifically those two. Like with the point buy system, if we're actually using 37 point, I can actually have a 16 intelligence, 16 charisma, and just 15 strength and a decent con, and really don't need dex, so probably 10 dex and 10 wisdom. It's not like I need amazing stats. I just need stats where I need it is, and it'll be kind of fun.
Oh wait, no, Druid does get medium armor.
Yeah. They just can't wear a lot of the medium stuff unless it's like Dragonhide or
Stone. It has to be
based.
not metal based.
Like in Pathfinder, I had a dwarf that had stone plated full plate, and and it was wild shape on his tower shield and it was ridiculously good.
My favorite was leaf armor.
He only polymorphed into a non-elemental twice, and that was basically just to grab a rope, fly over, and pull it over. But once he got into his polymorph thing, he only turned elementals. It was fun.
All right. I guess we'll see what happens.
All right. If there is nothing else.
Yeah.
Maybe XP. I don't know.
Yes. Take 250 for the night.
So put us at 2250.
250.
I was saying the total.
Oh yeah. Reason being is that you successfully negotiated with the Yetis. And did just decide to go in and try to get the kill.
Did just go in gunslinging. So it puts us at 2250. Is that what everybody else has?
I'll go with that. The sheet doesn't really keep. Does it keep track?
Yeah, on the core stats page, there's a current XP and XP for next level. It's by your level and experience.
Okay.
It's like the middle of the sheet.
We'll probably level if we kill the dragon.
Or negotiate the dragon.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to kill the dragon. Honestly, if it's demonic, I don't think we're gonna have a good chance of negotiating with it. We can try for giggles, but
yeah.
All right, sounds good.
All right. We will see you all. We'll be back next week.